Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, my ass didn't set the music.
No way.
Oh well, we'll acapella that shit, man. Fuck it. All right, folks.
Okay, that's right. No, I gotta talk over it.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Fuck yeah.
Guys, I think we're on to something.
There you go. Awesome. All right. How you doing, folks? Your host, Kevin Smith here, Fat Man on Batman. How's it going, guys? Watch Clerks. How you doing, folks? Welcome to episode 49, the great 49 of the SF Comic Book Company. This is the SF Company Hour. Like I said, issue number 49, making her triumphant first appearance. You might recognize her from the pre-show and various movies on the big screen. Harley Quinn, Victoria, welcome. First time on the show, officially. Welcome.
Hi, boys. I'm here. Finally.
And kudos to her for making the most effort out of all of us who just put shit on.
No, I got
I'm going through wardrobe changes. It's okay.
It's like first stage of costume, yeah. You look great, Victoria. Good job. Way to kill it. Way to make us boys look like idiots.
I did my own pre-show going on Instagram. I did the whole thing.
There you go. Fuck yeah, that's how you do it. The only effort I put in is I shaved and got my beard to look like Kevin Smith. That's about it. And also I have an alternative costume. Hockey enthusiast.
Hey Ray, just when you switch to that one, I'll switch to this one, and we can do it like that. So.
We start telling scary stories. And coming back to the show, one of our favorite folks, Mr. Joe C. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, just hanging in there.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, man. You got the nice little Wolford costume going on. Rick's imaginary friend.
Oh yeah,
he's not imaginary.
That shit looks so.
I was gonna say I've had this costume for like 5 years, and I bought it for like $100 5 years ago, and I was like, that's stupid. But I've used this thing so many times since then. Like whenever I just need something to just put on, I can just throw it on. And even if people don't know who Wilford is, they're just like, oh, a puppy, you know. So it works either way.
Looks great, man. Looks comfortable as fuck too, man. Goddamn.
It's actually really hot right now. So.
Yeah, if you have to delouse yourself at some point, go ahead, man. It's all sweaty and shit. All right, and Mr. Rick Baca.
What's up? I'm not a Wookiee. I'm a bear.
You look like you're going to a Grateful Dead concert. Yeah.
It's like
he's a Wook.
I'm a Wookiee.
So this is our big Halloween show. Halloween's coming up on Saturday. Of course, Halloween is this is like the ultimate Halloween. There's a full moon. It's happening on a Saturday. There's daylight savings time on Sunday. This should be like the ultimate Halloween, and of course, we're dealing with a fucking plague right now, and so this is the best we're gonna do. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna talk about get some news out of the way. We talk a little bit of Marvel news, some DC movie news, and a couple of tidbits here and there. And then we're going to talk about some Halloween favorites, some stuff, movies and TV shows that we love to watch during Halloween. Then we're going to get into the serious, and we're going to tell some scary, spooky stories that we've either experienced or heard of or looked up on the internet. So, definitely, we should definitely, this is going to be a fun show. I can't wait for this. I'm very excited about this show. All right. So, so what should we start off with here?
What is everyone drinking? That's where we should start.
Oh.
I'm drinking a strawberry makeshift margarita.
Okay. Jameson and Modelo's.
Jamedello?
Interesting combination.
I'm boiler making right now.
He's a boiler maker. There you go.
It's the quickest path. That's what I'm looking for.
Joe, it looks so cute when you hold it up with your little paw.
Right?
I have a jalapeno cucumber margarita.
Right. Yeah,
refreshing.
Sounds interesting.
That sounds awesome. All right, cool. All right, so all right, everybody's nice and fucking plastered. Cool. All right, so let's see. You want to let's start Marvel or DC? What do you think?
Ooh. Let's
let's
go with the good stuff first. So let's go Marvel because DC
Okay.
sucks.
Rude. Offended.
How dare you? You have Harley Quinn in the audience right now.
I am the resident DC guy. I defend DC to all avail, but DC is sucking right now. So I want to see more.
In some respects. All right, let's start off with the Oscar Isaac. Looks like this looks official, right? This looked like it was a rumor at first. It looks like it's official. Oscar Isaac, Apocalypse himself, is going to be playing Moon Knight. Moon Knight is essentially he's like the Batman of the Marvel universe, but he has like schizophrenia and like multiple personalities. And I don't think there's any better actor than Oscar Isaacs to play this character. It's kind of a badass role for him, and I'm like they're going with a series. Let's see. So the Moon Knight series, which is being written and developed by Umbrella Academy's Jeremy Slater, which has me. Umbrella Academy is awesome. So that anybody associated with that doing this makes me a little more excited. Officially announced that Marvel's chief creative officer Kevin Feige last year, along with 2 other MC shows for Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. So yeah, they're let's see. So created by Doug Monch and Don Perlin in 1975, Werewolf by Night number 32. I'm sure that's skyrocketed right now. That's going up in the CGC right now. People are probably swoop on that, those spec books. Yeah, Mark Spector. So yeah, Spector was a mercenary. He had numerous alter egos. So he had he's a millionaire one. He's like a archaeologist. Another. He's very like a weird, crazy character, which is perfect for a TV show. I'm glad they're doing a TV show instead of a movie. I think that's where they need to go with a lot of these Marvel movies. So Harley, you a fan of Oscar Isaacs? And are you excited about Marvel's version of Batman getting his own TV show?
So excited.
Do you know the character Moon Knight at all? Have you heard of the character?
Moving on. No.
No, you never heard of the. Have you heard of Oscar Isaacs?
No, I googled him while you were explaining.
Yeah.
And I have no idea who he is.
Really? You gotta check out any of the new Star Wars movies. Ex Machina, he's really good in that.
He's in Star Wars, isn't he?
Annihilation.
He's in Annihilation?
Yeah, he's what's her I can't remember her name. Shit. Natalie Portman's husband.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, he's a good actor. Yeah, I'm actually excited about that. Joe, are you aware of Moon Knight at all?
Yeah, I've read some of the books. Just a few of them, not super in depth, but I like the character. And from what I've read, they were pretty cool stories. So yeah, I'm just excited because it's something new. Yeah, and like I said, I like the story and the character itself. So it'd be cool to see a series instead of just like, what can we cram into 2 hours on this brand new character? You know? Yeah. So.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool looking character too. He has like cool, like I said, he's like Marvel's Batman. Like he's got gadgets. He's got the cool moon shaped fucking ship, and it's a very cool looking visuals. You know, so they can do some cool shit with this. Rick, you excited about this?
Definitely, dude. Anytime like they throw like Oscar Isaacs into something, I am super happy, man. Because
except for X-Men Apocalypse, of course.
Well, no, I mean, originally when you hear Oscar Isaacs was going to be Apocalypse, dude, I mean, I was happy as fuck when I heard that. But definitely the way they went with the prosthetics on his face and just the character design, it just looked like shit.
Yeah,
although they did have some good ones. I mean, you showed me a couple of them, Ray, that they probably should have went with some of those.
Yeah, they're all like cosplayers. Like, yeah, see, just have Victoria fucking design Apocalypse's suit. She could give her a half hour.
It's fine.
Give her half hour on IG. She could fucking take care of it.
No, just a bottle of latex and a roll of toilet paper.
You see? And a little bit of duct tape.
You can do a lot with that.
But like you said, this particular character, Moon Knight, I think is better translated for television than the actual screen. I'm just hoping with the recognition that some of these actors have coming into these series that they will make appearances in the movies for later on if asked to, maybe or like even just a cameo. because Oscar
Yeah.
Isaacs, I mean, he's a name, dude. And if he's not, if I don't see him on the silver screen in like a Marvel movie, it's kind of a waste of casting, I think, because although the small screen is cool and that's where the money's going to be, I think I still want to see him in a Marvel movie somewhere.
All these characters are showing up in this is all build up to the new Avengers. Again,
Yeah.
You're gonna see like She-Hulk and Ms. Marvel and like all these characters that are showing up in these TV shows are gonna show up on the next like big Avengers, like epic, like, you know, crossover movie. They're definitely all gonna show up. They want all this shit to cross over, so you're definitely gonna see them in the next Avengers.
Then I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm fucking hella happy then.
There you go. Finally, Jesus, it took him a while.
Thank you, Modelo.
All right, so some other Marvel news that happened this week, like kind of like out of nowhere. Shang-Chi is filming in the great city of San Francisco. Shang-Chi, The Legends of the Ten Rings. There was some footage popping up. You know, a bunch of people like sent me messages like, "Hey, there's a movie being filmed." I was like, "Yeah, I know, I'm aware. I'm right here, my fingers on the pulse." So this has been filmed around the city. It looks like a big action scene with something like chasing a bus. Some of the rumors have been like Finn, if you know the comic book lore, the big one of the major dragons creatures from back in the, I think, late 50s, Fing Fang Foom showed up.
No, really?
So that's one of the big rumors, that he's the big chase, like at the end of the movie, is Fing Fang Foom has been unleashed on the city of San Francisco and is chasing a bus. So that should be like a big, awesome action scene. And the plot of the story has been like leaked a little bit. It's going to be like an Enter the Dragon type tournament where the Mandarin sets up this tournament. And I guess they've kind of retconned some of his Shang-Chi's origin. If you don't know who Shang-Chi is, he was a character from the early, mid 70s, I would believe. He's basically Bruce Lee in comic book form. That's when like Marvel was kind of like taking these like characters and like kind of investing like different kind of like genres of movies from the early 70s, mid 70s and stuff. So that's when you got like Ghost Rider and you know, Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night and Tomb of Dracula, and all these characters popped up, and Shang-Chi was kind of part of that lore. So he's just he doesn't really have any superpowers. He's kind of just a badass martial artist. So this is this is kind of exciting. They're doing like a big Enter the Dragon type tournament where the rumor is you're going to see different characters from the Marvel universe show up, like some characters from the X-Men side of things, some characters from like different sides of the Marvel universe. So this is pretty exciting. So Harley, you saw some of the footage. Are you excited about a Shang-Chi movie from the footage you've seen?
Yeah. Well, I originally heard of the movie being filmed on TikTok. I thought it was like an old video from when they were filming like Matrix or something, but then I saw that it was new, it's recent, and it looks really neat. It's really cool. I like that it's someone who doesn't have superpowers, and it's someone that kind of uses their ability and skill. That's always cool to see.
Yeah, it's cool. Like some of the footage they showed, like it looks like a pretty epic. Like I'm pretty sure this is like the final battle, because it looks you're going through tearing up the streets of San Francisco. I would think that's the final set piece, final battle for them. So Joe, you saw? Do you see some of this footage that they shot, and are you excited about this at all?
Yeah, I saw some of like the cell phone footage and stuff on Twitter and stuff like that. It looks pretty cool. I mean, the way that bus was ripping through that street, it was hauling ass. Plus, it sounded pretty badass. I was like, that's not a Muni bus. Like that thing had some power behind it.
Clearly, you've never been on the 38. Yeah.
I was gonna say, to be fair, I have been on some wild ass Muni rides, so it just sounded more scary than the normal Muni bus.
Yeah. Again, chasing that dragon, man. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, so Shang-Chi showing up in the MCU. He has a lot of ties to he was a new Avenger at one point. He actually taught Spider-Man how to like do kung fu and shit. He trained Spider-Man to fight and stuff. So he's very cutty. He's very like probably like I would say C-lister in the MCU in the Marvel universe. But I'm actually this like hearing some of the rumors of the plot and like what characters are going to show up and stuff. Like was it Spiral? I heard from the Mojoverse, and Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red. I've heard these like different characters are going to show up in the tournament and have a part of the tournament. So this is kind of a easy way to like shoehorn some of the Marvel like mutants and stuff into the MCU. So Rick, so you've seen some of these rumors, man. What are you excited about from this movie?
Well, I'm excited, if anything, just to see what Ping Fang Foom is gonna look like on the big screen.
Yeah.
Anytime you CG a fucking giant fucking talking dragon, is fucking awesome. So
with purple pants, no less.
With purple pants, yeah. Oh, so yeah, I want to see the torn purple pants.
Yeah.
I just, dude. The fact is, Shang-Chi. I'm so super happy because it's another San Francisco movie.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they're filming in the city. The city is it's a character in itself. I actually passed by the other day, them filming close to the Ghirardelli Square. So I want to see what they're going to be doing around there, near Aquatic Park. I'm sure they're getting all the, the scenic shots with Alcatraz and Golden Gate Bridge in the background. Anytime people can see San Francisco on the screen, it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a beautiful city, and it definitely is just great to watch on screen. In any movie, you look at The Rock, you look at Dirty Harry, it's just awesome to see.
Yeah, I like when they actually shoot in the city, not just like some fake like Terminator. Or, like
New Orleans or Vancouver.
Like some no, that there's no BART station that looks like that. Sorry, Godzilla 2014. So one of the things we speculated, we talked a little bit about this, me and Rick. All right, so Ant-Man's based in San Francisco, in the San Francisco area. So are we going to get Giant Man versus Fing Fang Foom in the middle of San Francisco?
Oh, that'd be dope as shit, dude.
How cool, how fucking dope would that be?
Dude, you're...
Yeah, if I get to pick any scene, like seeing Giant Man and Fing Fang Foom throw down in the middle of San Francisco, I'm just my geek heart would explode, and I'll be happy. Fing Fang Foom is awesome. He's part like in the Marvel before like the Fantastic Four and stuff, and like in the 50s, he's part of this like these creatures they would write about, these monsters and stuff. Very fascinating character. But he's a big dragon, and he's like alien. He crash landed here like 1 million years ago, some shit like that. And so you could do some cool shit with that. And the best part of this Shang-Chi stuff is they're going to do the Mandarin right, because the Mandarin in Iron Man 3 pissed me off because he was Trevor.
Oh, fucking Trevor.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was like some people love that too. I hated that fucking twist. I love the Mandarin.
Easy.
Iron Man 3
about
sucks.
Iron Man 2.
No, Iron Man 3 we're talking about. I don't mind Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3 I have issues with because Mandarin's a great character. Yeah, Mandarin's a great character, and they just turned it into a joke and just try to be like, I was pretty pissed off. But it looks like they're doing the Mandarin right this time, and they got a cool. This looks like a good cast. This jumped up in my like anticipated list. We got Eternals, Black Widow coming up. Out of those, like Shang-Chi is like up there. Like badass supernatural kung fu flick. I'm totally down with this. Set in my city. I'm totally juiced for this. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited about this.
If Giant Man and fucking Fing Fang Foom fight on big screen, I'm fucking victory lapping in the theater, and I'm high-fiving everybody as the movie's playing. I swear to God. So
I think everyone would join you. San Francisco's due for a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, if we actually go to movies during that time, we'll see.
Right.
This is coming out.
They probably won't high five me then.
This is moving to July. I think they moved it up. They actually moved it up. This is one of the rare movies they actually moved up in time. So we'll see if it actually gets released.
Okay. So because they moved it up, do you think if they don't open, is this going to streaming?
It depends what they do with Black Widow. That's going to be the tell. Like what Wonder Woman and Black Widow do, because those are the two like big comic book movies that were supposed to come out and that got delayed.
And they're still holding.
If those get streamed and they make money, they're going to probably just say fuck it, we're just going to release the streaming. But because I need to see some movies on the big.
I'll
screen.
pay 30 for each, just so you guys know. Yeah, on Wonder Woman and on any Marvel movie, I would definitely pay $29.
Not Mulan. No,
I said Marvel.
No.
All right, so let's get to let's talk about this Jared Leto. Jared Leto is looks like he's coming back for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Let's see. They didn't say if he was originally supposed to appear in the Justice League. I don't think he was. I think Snyder's trying to like put together some footage and like trying to like reshoot some stuff. Also, Joe Manganiello is coming back as Deathstroke to film some new stuff. So I think a bunch of these guys are going to come back and like film some new stuff, kind of round out the storyline and I think they're setting up for some new stuff too. I think the I think Warner likes what they're seeing with this, and how much of a how much of a push we're getting for this Justice League, and how excited the fan base is. So I think this is going to set up some stuff. So if you watch Justice League, you saw at the end there was a little Lex Luthor, a little Deathstroke stuff at the end of that. Spoilers for that. Yeah, that looks like. I actually didn't mind Jared Leto's Joker. I thought it was bad. I think that whole film was badly edited, and I think that his performance suffered from that. So yeah, people shit on that his performance. I thought it was kind of an interesting, different take on Joker. I could see why people don't like it. But Victoria, what do you think of this news of Jared Leto coming back? And did you actually like him in Suicide Squad?
I did like him in Suicide Squad. I enjoyed the DVD release more because it did include some of those deleted scenes. So you got to see more of Jared in the show. You saw more Joker. And it was great. I really like the scene. I don't know if you guys are familiar with, Harley Davidson scene where she stops Joker on the highway. Yeah. Well, I don't know why they cut it from the show. It was great. It really showed the dynamic between their relationship, which I think added to the movie, added to their stories.
Yeah, some of the deleted scenes, I wanted to see. I wanted to see that was the issue. They kind of underplayed his performance and kind of cut. That movie's just badly edited. There's supposedly going to be a David Ayer cut of that movie, which I want to see, because I think one of the issues with Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey. Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad, anyways, was the editing. The editing was horrible. They took it out of the director's hand. They had a commercial. Some guys that direct commercials edit the movie, and it looks like just a bad music video for an hour and a half. So it's more I think there's a good movie in there. There's some cool parts, and I think Harley was actually one of the best parts of that movie. And I think Jared Leto, if they under the right director, can do some fucking shit. I don't know. I'm more excited about this than I probably should be. But Joe, did you like Leto's performance in Suicide Squad?
So I didn't, to be completely honest. I actually went in with a completely open mind. I went with a completely open mind. I actually saw it twice because I thought maybe I was just whatever in a bad mood, or maybe I was just being jaded. Because so I really wanted to try to like it, just because the Joker is one of my favorite characters, and I love every other Joker pretty much, So I went in with a really open mind, but it just maybe it wasn't. Part of it was they advertised him to being a huge part of the movie, and him just being just kind of a side story to Harley's movie, kind of. That's kind of what it ended up being, just to kind of explain her more than him being in the movie, if that makes sense. Like he was just kind of explaining why Harley is the way she is and things like that, when they advertise him as being a huge part of the movie. And then you go in there and you're just kind of disappointed because what you got, like you said, maybe bad editing, but what you got was kind of shitty. I'm not gonna lie. It was just it was maybe there's a lot of other better parts that I didn't see because I haven't seen any of the director cuts or anything like that. But what I saw was just really underwhelming, and it was just I just didn't like it. Maybe with a better director or better editing or whatever, we can get something better out of them. But I just did not like it at all. I just thought it was kind of cheesy more than anything.
Yeah, I think that's the fault of the editing. I think there's a decent David Ayer is a good director. He's a really good director, and I think once the studio takes the movie out of his hands, I think it just turned into a mess. So there's a rumor of a David Ayer cut out there, and it's there's a badass cut of that movie, and I think Joker is one of the characters that suffered from the editing and kind of edit out the good parts. And I think they fucking missed an opportunity to make Joker the main villain of that movie. The main plot of that movie should have been them going after the Joker. I think that would have been a way better plot than trying to shoehorn this supernatural enchantress shit and just she's doing her Axl Rose fucking dance at the end of the fucking movie. I think if they would have just focused hey, let's go take the Suicide Squad versus the Joker would have been a way better movie, and instead of the CGI fucking mess that it turned out to be. So Rick, what do you think of the Joker's performance in Suicide Squad?
So just to go with what you said, it's the whole thing about trying to make the Enchantress the villain. Why would they go that route? That's something that I don't personally understand. It's like if you hear that the Joker's the villain in this movie, you're super intrigued. Not just that, you know that the Joker's going to get screen time. David Ayers is great. Not sure if he wrote the movie or some of the talking heads at Warner Brothers jumped in and started doing a bunch of rewrites. I do want to see the Ayers cut. I want to see if his movie's actually better than the actual thing that he created, or is he talking out of his ass? Because some part of me thinks that the Ayers cut is somewhat better, but it's not like the Snyder cut of Batman versus Superman. It's not. I don't think it's going to be anything like that.
That was a way better version of fucking that movie.
It was.
That's night and day.
It changed everything for me when I watched Batman versus Superman. It's a way better movie. So, yeah, David Ayers, if he would have done Joker as a villain, or he could have done anybody else as the villain. There's so many villains to choose from, but you went with Enchantress, and then I mean, not to fucking talk shit of the dead, but I mean, when she was doing like an Aaliyah impression of Queen of the Damned, and I was like, yeah, really? Come on.
Yeah,
not cool.
That's a good fucking. Cool. It's a good show.
Yeah, it's pretty much what she was doing, and for me,
it was
Axl
Rose too.
Yeah, she was doing Axl Rose, except she didn't have a mic. But
so what do you think of Deathstroke show doing some more shit with Death? I love that casting of Joe Manganiello. I think he's a better.
Oh God, I fucking love that. I love Deathstroke. I love the fact that they cast Jared Leto as Joker. I want to see. David Ayers didn't get the performance out of Joker that I think he wanted. I think Zack Snyder can get that. Yeah. I think Jared Leto, I think he's onto something. It's just the screen time that he had to put his Joker on screen. I think it really made the character look like shit. It would like the editing was, like you said, the editing was bad. It jumped from here, it jumped to there. Sometimes he looked fucking, apologetic. Sometimes he looked maniacal. Sometimes he was just like, I don't give a fuck or whatever. But I want to see a clear cut.
His character.
Yeah, exactly. It just his character was all over the place. And yeah, that is the Joker. But on screen, if you're trying to tell a story, your character can't really be all over the place.
Yeah. And going back to what Chris said, the Joker was supposed to be a part of the show to show, his relationship with Harley and show Harley's story, but Joker wasn't even in there. So you don't even get Harley's full story and why her relationship is that way with Joker and why they kind of have that, tug and pull.
So one thing to add to that, and I would have loved to see more of the relationship between Joker and Harley, because the moment fucking Harley starts sidling up to Deadshot, do you imagine the fucking jealousy of the fucking Joker, dude? Joker would have slit his fucking throat. I've seen this shot in the Secrets, or not, is it Secret 6? I think it's a Secret 6 where Harley is like sidling up to Deadshot, and Joker is like, you're sidling up to my girl. He's like, no, it wasn't anything like that. And he's like, are you sure? What is there something wrong with her? What are you telling me? And like, he doesn't know how to react. And I wish they would have had more of that shit, because they kind of had that in in that one scene in the nightclub where he's like, right. Oh, she's a bad bitch, and you just saw him just like lose it in that one split second. And to me, that's fucking amazing, because that's just a microcosm of the Joker and Harley's relationship. I can call her a bitch, but nobody else better.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Mom. I like that scene. I think if we saw more of that, it would
exactly.
It would be a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I think it has potential. I think Leto's. I actually kind of like his laugh, his Joker laugh.
Yeah, I think it's better. I think it's one of the best.
Yeah, it's good, but it's definitely like his look, and I think his look, and like first of all, like Joker wouldn't sit down and get tattoos.
I don't need the grill either.
The grill, yeah, you just
I don't need the grill.
To like a drug dealer in a late 90s movie, but I think there's something. I think there's something you could pull from there. So I think there's potential for sure.
Joker isn't one of the hot boys. So just saying.
The theory behind the new gangster look is that it's not Joker, it was Robin.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Jason Todd.
At one of his tattoos, there's a dead Robin on his arm.
Yeah,
I won't buy that. I won't buy to that one.
Even though they've done that, like in certain certain like media, like what was it, the Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker,
and what happens when they even do that? The fans fucking go crazy because they're just like, "Are you really?"
Fans are crazy already, man. What? Fanatics, man. That's why they call them fanatics, man.
Especially when it comes to Batman.
All right, let's see. Lori, welcome, Victoria. Welcome to the show, Victoria. It's a celebration. Danny, Danny, Ray, are you supposed to be F? F is Rick's brother that took up the mantle of Kevin Smith. I blame myself. I took him out. I sent him down a dark road.
You showed him one Kevin Smith movie. All of a sudden, he turned into Kevin Smith that day, dude. It's hilarious.
I didn't come here for this. I did not come here for this.
I'm not even here, and I'm here for this.
Big Leo laughing my ass off at Danny. Yeah, it's going Dan. Let's see. Hi, Danny and Leo. Danny, hey, buddy. Danny Snoogans. Andrew, what's up, Andrew? What's up, guys? Kevin Smith is on point. Look for Joker's.
I disagree.
The look for Joe. I didn't like the tattoos in the grill. Like I think the other shit was cool. Like
I like the hairstyle because that's like reminiscent of the new Joker right now.
Yeah, I don't see Joker sitting down for tattoos. Like Joker's not like gonna sit down and have some guy and like tattoo him. Like,
unless he kills like fucking 15 tattoo artists in the process of one tattoo.
That's actually a good point. Yeah, like Harley probably gave him the tattoos. That's pretty. That's a good shout. Marshall Lewis, hope everyone's doing good, taking it easy. Nice costumes, yeah. Like most of us just half-assed this shit. I spent like 10 minutes like trying to get my beard right for Kevin Smith. So that was
I'm sweating my ass off. So
I know I'm about to go through a costume change right now. I'm fucking dying here, man.
Go ahead, costume change.
You guys hold it down. I'm fucking dying here, bro.
I've got the AC on full blast and I'm still sweating my ass off.
Dude, I got this big ass hockey jersey, man. It's just fucking sweaty as fuck.
I need to put pants on. I'm freezing.
Hey, don't ruin it for the audience.
Not that show. Not that kind of show.
Not that show. Oh man.
Reel it in.
Oh man. Oh no. Oh, Big Leo. I like the Lido Cholo Joker. Yeah, he's very cholo-ish. Danny, 2020 strikes again. Dodgers win. No. Fuck.
Wait, the Dodgers won?
Oh, gross. Oh yeah, you better be careful over in SoCal. They're gonna burn the fucking city down. Yeah, what a bad. Oh man, 2020. Lakers and Dodgers win fucking championships. Oh man, this is a fucking fucked. This is the worst.
Of course, that's the only year they can both win.
Like, yeah, this is like it's an asterisk year, man. Come on. These seasons don't count. Oh well. Way to bring down the fucking mood, Danny. Damn, man. Can you say that after the podcast, guys?
Anyway.
Rick's probably like passed out. Like he made it halfway to his room and just passed out with the Chewbacca. Oh no! Oh no! This is like how many? Who you share? You're gonna just have a bunch of costume changes? Goddamn! Oh my!
Does this mean I get to put on my my Chloe Decker costume?
Yes, please. Yes.
All right.
What are you, a fucking COVID inspector?
A COVID inspector. You got that right, bro. I'm a COVID inspector.
You look like you work at a meat market.
I'm a butcher.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want me to be, that's what I am.
Fucking.
You look like you work at the Safeway deli counter.
I have worked at the deli counter, just so you know. Yeah. And I rock the deli counter. It's funny because it's true, right? It's funny because it's true.
No, he's Dr. Quinzel with his lab coat.
Yeah, he's a pre-transformation.
This was supposed to be my Rick. This was supposed to be part of my Rick Sanchez for last year, but I couldn't get the fucking hair right. So, this is my Rick and Morty.
Let's see. Danny, that means the Raiders are winning too. Yeah, that's the topper. Yeah, if Raiders win the Super Bowl, that's the worst year ever. Fucking Big Leo, Barista Rick.
Oh shit! Hey, just so you guys know, fuck the Dodgers. Even if they won the World Series,
won.
An asterisk.
They won.
It's an asterisk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if we would have won, it's an asterisk. Whoever would have won,
I don't count the Lakers shit. I don't count the fucking
I don't count the Lakers. I don't count the Niners.
Football counts because they're actually playing a whole season.
No fans. I'm sorry. No fans.
They're playing a whole season. It's
no
not
fans, dude.
It's not a truncated season.
The moment you play with fans, it changes everything because your performance changes when somebody cheers for you.
All right.
Photo Lambrick. I like it.
All right, tune into the Gold Dirty Bastards for sports talk, okay?
Wow.
All right, let's see. All right, let's do a quick little mini reviews. There's a couple movies that dropped this week. One on Amazon Prime and one on HBO Max. So I guess we could talk about The Witches first. Let's talk about The Witches. The movie from 1990 was a classic based on the Roald Dahl series of one of the Roald Dahl's books. I love the original. The original classic from 1990 is amazing. It's Angelica Houston, some great practical special effects. So this new movie came out, dropped on HBO Max on Thursday. Anne Hathaway, Octavia Spencer's in this. Narrated by Chris Rock. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but yeah, narrated by Chris Rock, which is kind of distracting because I feel like I'm watching the episode of Everybody Hates Chris. I did not like this movie. I thought it was kind of it didn't really have the heart the original had. And the fact that they had so much talent behind this, like Guillermo del Toro is one of the producers. Robert Zemeckis directed this. So I was kind of shocked that this movie was not as good as I thought it would be. There's too much CG and they kind of like skipped over some of the like poignant parts of the original film. I don't know. It wasn't too juice watching this. I just kind of like, oh, why they do that? Oh, why they do that? And like Anne Hathaway's accent was all over the place. She's supposed to be German, but she had a Swedish accent at some point, and she just went all over the fucking place. Victoria, did you watch this at all? The Witches?
I'm not an Anne Hathaway fan.
No, me neither. Yeah.
Not a big Anne Hathaway fan, so I haven't watched it. I've seen the trailers constantly every 2 seconds on social media.
Yeah.
And I'm just not really interested. I mean, Anne Hathaway is a big part of why I don't want to watch it, which is a bummer because I love Octavia Spencer. But
she's good. She's good in everything. Yeah.
She's great in everything. I didn't know it was a movie. I thought it was a series.
Yeah, no, it's a movie.
Based off of how it was presented. But no, it didn't seem like something I'd want to watch. Honestly, it felt like the whole movie was in that trailer. And I don't have to watch it.
Yeah, I think you can skip it. Skip it for sure. If you haven't watched it. Yeah, watch the original. Have you seen the original, Al? No. Witches? Oh, watch the original.
When did it come out?
1990.
1990.
Yep, wasn't born.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
That doesn't mean anything. You can still watch movies before the day you were born. It's okay.
It's good. It's a fun movie. You should definitely watch it for sure. Joe, do you remember the original Witches?
Yes, I remember watching it so many times as a kid, but to be honest, I never knew what the hell it was called. I used to go to like an after school daycare center, and they would just play this. They'd play movies on a big screen. It's called
Juvie, Joe. It's called Juvie. Come on.
It actually was the funny. Okay, so funny was it was actually like ran by a pastor, which looking back now, I'm like, that's crazy that he would actually allow kids to watch that movie.
Yeah, it's kind of blasphemous.
because I remember that being slightly terrifying as a child. When they turn into rats and the green gas and they rip off their faces and shit. I was just like, when you're like 6 years old, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, I haven't seen the new one, to be completely honest. Don't have HBO Max, and now now that I've heard your reviews and a lot of other reviews that I've heard, I'm not totally
skip it. Watch it. Go watch it.
To see it. I'll see it eventually, but.
Yeah, you don't need to watch it. Watch the original. Like it just, watching that one just makes me want to watch the original again. It just makes me like.
I mean, I actually like Anne Hathaway in some things. What I've come to realize, if she has to do an accent, I don't like it. Hearing that she has to do some sort of accent, she's not really great at accents. If she can just kind of play like an American person, where she doesn't have to do an accent or anything like that, then she's not my favorite performance, but I like her. I tolerate her, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think you're right about the accent. I think that's what throws her off. Because even in One Day, which has nothing to do with comic books and nothing to do with this show, but in One Day, she has the British accent, and it's just so hard to watch.
Yeah,
it's all kind of all over the place. Like, yeah, she was good. She's good in a couple things. Don't get me wrong. I like, but I don't know. Like Colossal, she was really good in. She plays like a drunk that controls a kaiju in like Korea and shit. That's actually not a bad movie. But this one was just
Catwoman.
Yeah, I
She
have issues with it.
She had an okay Catwoman.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues with that. I have a love-hate relationship with The Dark Knight Rises. There's some parts I really love, some parts
that movie never should have happened, but that's not.
Yeah, I blame Heath Ledger's fucking drug overdose.
But it's not her fault.
I don't know. She's a bit toothy for me. I don't know.
What was the teeth thing, bro? What's the fuck's wrong with her? Yeah, it's okay. She has a nice smile. It's okay.
So, Rick, you watched this movie. What'd you think of this, man?
Okay, so it's closer to the book, which is the only good thing that I probably saw about. I did. I read all of Roald Dahl's books. I'm a huge Roald Dahl fan. I've read them not just once, twice, 3 times.
Thrice, you say?
Oh no, probably even 4 or 5 times. I read all of his books. He was like part of like one of the things that I loved about growing up and shit. His books were all about kids just getting into trouble and just getting over on adults, but they had to go through some really fucked up shit in order to get over, which is cool. And I like that because when you're a kid, that's you do go through some fucked up shit just to come out on the other side a lot cleaner. But Anne Hathaway pulled off like a Nick Cage performance is what I'm trying to say. He was Nick Cage. Like, she went over the fucking top. She was just out there, and it's okay, I guess, but it's the witches. And the 1990s was a classic. So it's hard when you compare Angelica Houston's performance to Anne Hathaway's. Anne Hathaway's was over the top. Angelica Houston was terrifying. I could still like think like Angelica Houston like staring into like somebody's eyes and just like you're in for a treat. But when she says it, I'm just like, oh, I am not in for a treat. She's about to fuck me up. And so in that sense, the witches in 1990s kind of terrified me when I was a kid. It's scarier. But that's in where. Like I tell people, like when I was a kid, movies were fucking cool if you were a kid because, the rating system was still kind of brand new. So there was a thing of what you can do for a kid's movie and not. So you didn't mind scaring the shit out of a fucking kid when you were back in those days. Now, it feels like this movie is made for the kids at the times. It wasn't made for me. So that's all I can take away from it. Yeah, it wasn't made for me. So
maybe kids like love this and like this will be
exactly. They fucking probably dig the shit out of this, it may scare them. But sorry, I was a kid who grew up watching The fucking Exorcist when I was fucking 5 to 6 years old. So
it had no effect on him. Yeah.
It didn't. That didn't. But obviously, Bishop says Gremlins and the Eggs did and shit. But no. But Exorcist didn't have no effect on me. So it's like for kids nowadays, it's just like, this is probably what's scary to them, and this is what scares them. So if they enjoy it, more power to them. I like that this is their classic. But I couldn't wait to fucking show an 8-year-old maybe 3 years from now. I'm like, you want to see the real movie called The Witches? Let me show you this movie, and it'll fucking scare the shit out of them.
Yeah, the original's great. I like a lot of the movie. It feels like it had a lot more heart, and they kind of like ran through a lot of the story beats. I never read the book, but it just feels like the original movie took time with a lot of shit, and they kind of like it had a little more heart. This one just felt like it was like. They tried to shoehorn a couple storylines. They tried to shoehorn a couple things into it and try to make it more, I wouldn't say woke, but
no. That's what it definitely seemed to try to do.
Yeah, it was trying to be.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be. It tried to get woke. Although Octavia Spencer did fucking kill it. I love her in this movie.
Reflecting on it, like she's good in everything, man. I can watch her do read the phone book. She's fucking great.
Chris Rock's distracting.
Chris Rock, like I feel like I was watching Everybody Hates Chris. Like, it's just a distinct voice. Like you hear Chris Rock, and he's a great actor.
But he's Chris Rock in it, dude. When he's
Chris
doing
Rock.
he's Chris Rock.
Yeah, and you hear that voiceover. It's like it's very distracting. So there's. I want to say some of the kids were okay. The kid actors were okay. But CG kind of took me out of it, and the Anne Hathaway shit. And it feels like they rushed through a lot of the story beats. Like the original movie, like kind of took time and kind of like you really cared about the characters. You know, you really spent time with the friendship between the two boys. Like it kind of got fleshed out beforehand. It kind of feels rushed in this movie. It just kind of, I don't know. It just feels like they kind of like, all right, we need to hit these beats. We need to hit the original beats. We're going to take some stuff from the book so people will, like book readers will be happy. But it just feels like it was rushed, and like it just doesn't feel like a Robert Zemeckis movie. Like I said, like the talent behind this movie just kind of like Guillermo del Toro had a hand in this. Like Robert Zemeckis had a hand in this.
Zemeckis is, I think he's losing his touch.
Well, he hasn't.
I hate to say that because it's been a while since Zemeckis has really put something on the map.
Yeah.
So it's his name. His name is, it still means something. I just don't know how much it means anymore.
Yeah. It's watch the original. That's my recommendation. If you like my review, watch the original if you have anything to say. All right. So the Suicide Squad. We have James Gunn said no character is safe in the film. So basically, James Gunn went to DC. He's like, "What can I do with this?" And they said, DC said, "James Gunn, you know what you're fucking doing, and you have a lot of carte blanche. The fans are behind you, and you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. So you can kill whoever you want." So right here, no character was protected by DC. Gunn wrote in response to a fan post suggesting some of the characters, including Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, had franchise armor. It gave me carte blanche to do whatever what I wanted. This was one of the things that we agreed before I came to work for them. I wasn't looking for shock value, but wanted the audience to know anything could happen. So Victoria, so Harley Quinn's going to have an epic death in the next Suicide Squad movie. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I have not seen the last Avengers for a very specific reason. They kill Iron Man.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. Oh, I'm sorry. My first time on the show.
Yeah. Iron Man dies and Captain America turns into fucking Clint Eastwood in the meal.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Spoilers.
That's a dope one.
So what do you think about that? I like he says that, but like if any character is going to survive any of this is Harley Quinn. She's like
Harley's going to survive.
Harley's like the bad bee of the fucking DC universe, and she's like, unless Margot Robbie says I don't want to do it anymore, like I'm done, which I don't think she.
No,
she's not.
She's not.
I think
done
she's
with
still.
it.
Yeah, I think she has some more. Like, there's some more. Like, I think the best of this character has yet to be seen. So, what do you think about this, Victoria? What do you want to see from this? You want to? I doubt she's going to die, but we want to see from this character coming up.
Oh, what do I want to see? I would love to see some more of like her backstory. They missed so much of it in the first Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey, which was kind of confusing. I felt like watching it with someone that's not familiar with comic books and not familiar with the universe. They had so many questions about what was going on. Like you almost had to read the comics and know about it before going into these films, because they don't, address her, being in the Birds of Prey. They don't really address her being a psychiatrist, although she does have like her little quips here and there. They don't ever address her gymnastics, even though she does a lot of gymnastic style fighting. I just wish we got to learn more about her character. It feels like we just hit the ground running and we have no idea who she is.
Yeah. They kind of hinted it in the first Suicide Squad movie. And you figure Birds of Prey would be a perfect opportunity to like kind of flesh out her character more. But it was kind of just like, all right, let's put her in a situation with these other characters. And like I didn't hate Birds of Prey all the way. I thought it was like fun. There were certain like scenes that were a lot of fun. And when Victoria actually like watches the whole movie at some point, like she can.
I've seen it.
Have you now? Have you seen the whole movie now?
I've seen the whole
movie. How dare you walk out of a movie? How dare you?
Okay, my CEO called me in the middle of the movie, so I had to
ruin our movie
to the lobby for a 30-minute phone call in the middle of Birds of Prey.
Ruined my experience. Ruined my experience.
They almost didn't let me back in.
I told him at the door. I was like, "Don't let her back in."
What, did you go to the Alamo?
The girl with the dog has to stay outside.
Yeah, leave the dog.
I thought Birds of Prey was going to be more of an origin story, but it was more of about the other characters and not so much about Harley. That's what it kind of turned into.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah. So what do you want to? You want to see like another Harley movie? You want to see another Birds of Prey? You want to see more Suicide Squad? What do you want to see from Harley coming into the future? Like showing up in a Batman movie? What do you want to see?
All the Harley, her in a Batman movie would be really, really cool. I think it'd be neat. I don't know if she's that type of character for it, but to see Harley as the villain in a Batman movie might be fun.
Yeah. Well, she's been kind of like an anti-hero so much. Like,
yeah. So I feel like she wouldn't be a villain in a Bat movie. I would love to see a Mad Love movie.
Oh, they'd never do that.
Yeah,
they'd never do that.
That's a good shot, though. I think that would be perfect.
A Mad Love movie.
That would be beautiful, but they'd never do that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. I think they if they do their cards right and get the right director, like they can do some cool shit with that. Like I think Joker and Harley can carry a movie easily. Like you don't even need like Batman can be like a shadow in the back. You don't even need like a Batman.
It doesn't even need to have Batman.
To the story. Affleck doesn't even need to make an appearance. You can just like have it as part of the background, as part of we got to get away, or you're ruining date night kind of thing.
Like if you just see Batman being referenced, that'd be awesome. But you don't need Batman in that movie at all. You really don't.
Yeah, they're such compelling characters on their own. Like you can definitely tell. Like
you just need Harley, Joker, and Gotham. That's all you need. Those are the only three characters you need in a Harley Joker movie. So
and I think there's a climate for it. Not climate. I think there's a want for it right now with the Joker movie coming out and Birds of Prey just coming out. People really are drawn to these characters and they want to see more of them. In my opinion,
Birds of Prey may have killed that.
It made some money and a lot of people like that movie. But
I just think
everybody agrees like Harley,
those characters.
Harley's the best thing about that movie.
Yeah,
but like
Harley's definitely a stand-up. Yeah,
I will always question Margot Robbie's decision over going over Gotham City Sirens to go after Birds of Prey. She was looking for her own vehicle. She wasn't looking for a good movie. That's all there is to it. So Gotham City Sirens to me would have been the great movie. You have her, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman, as opposed to Black Canary, Huntress. Come on, these are fucking.
I wouldn't mind them doing the Birds of Prey, like the actual Birds of Prey that actually act like they're fucking characters from the comic.
Yeah, but they didn't. If we would have had Cassandra Cain, it would have been just like, to me, that's what killed Birds of Prey the movie for me. When they showed me Cassandra Cain, I was like, "Are you serious? This is the most badass fucking woman I have seen in she's young woman."
She's like the number 3 like martial artist in the DC universe.
DC universe, yeah.
They turned into like a joke. Like, so Joe, like I know you're sweating there. You can take off.
I'm good.
All right. So what do you think about did you see Birds of Prey at all?
Yeah, I actually saw that one. I actually enjoyed it. A lot more than Suicide Squad, first of all.
What?
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was fun. It was like the action was fun. Like when she was all coked out and beating the shit out of people, that was a fun scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, it was just more of a fluid thing to me instead of it. Suicide Squad just kind of jumped a lot of places. It just was just kind of skippy. This one was just kind of more of a fluid story. And I just liked how, well, first of all, I like her as Harley. So, and I liked how they kind of focused on her. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying I like that one way better than Suicide Squad. As far as them killing her off, I don't think they would, be honest, just because there's too much money on the table for everyone. Like, for the studio, for her, they can all make way more money than this, especially if they get a good movie. Like
James Gunn just has to say that everybody's on the fucking chopping block. He just has to say it, you know?
Yeah, but you expect it. They're called a Suicide Squad, so of course
everybody, right? Exactly.
So I think there's going to be very few people surviving that movie. Yeah. Very few characters.
I think about three people survive it.
We should do like a Deadpool on that.
You want to do a Deadpool on that one?
on Suicide Squad? We should do that. Yeah.
You know, we should.
I think Harley's a definite. I think King Shark's a definite.
Harley's definite. King Shark's definite. I'll say.
Well, Cena might be because he's going to have his own show. I'm not sure if that's a prequel. Or not.
It depends if it's a prequel. Exactly.
I'm not sure if that's a good prequel, but they might try to carry over John Cena.
Polka Dot Man's fucking gone. He's fucking dead, bro.
Yeah, I think most of I think most of the
polka dot.
I love polka dots, but he's gonna die.
I think at least 90% of those characters are gonna fucking die in spectacular fashion.
Dude,
So,
the one I can't
honestly
wait to see is Michael Rooker. I want to see how he dies.
he's definitely gonna die.
Yeah.
What'd you say? What were you saying, Joe?
I was gonna say I honestly thought that was a prank when I first saw it, like when it was first announced, because I knew they were announcing shit like that, and I just kind of saw it, and the video kept going with the names and the characters, and I was just like, this can't be real. Like,
There's a lot of guys in that movie, bro.
People.
There's
it looks like every like fan trailer you ever, or you know what I mean, fan trailer ever made, where they're just like this character and this character. There's
Joe,
a shit ton of people.
In James Gunn, I trust.
Yeah.
No, I do too.
Except for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Just seeing all those big names like at one time, you're like, okay, this has to be like a joke, you know. But then I looked it up and I was just like, oh,
holy shit!
That's
Yeah,
the whole poster was just their names. There was nothing else, just their names on the poster. I was like, shit.
Yeah, this it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun movie. It's gonna be rated R. It's gonna be like cheesy. It's gonna be like brutal. It's gonna be bloody. These characters are gonna die spectacularly. I think that like I said, a lot of these characters they're gonna I think probably gonna die within the first like half hour of this movie. I think they're gonna like just like you just saw montages just people.
Mass death.
Do we have a rating on this movie yet?
I think it's rated R. I think it's I think it's rated R. Yeah, that's definitely the rumor. All right. So yeah, I'm excited about this. I think Harley's definitely she's on top of the Deadpool. I think she's gonna survive for sure. I think Harley's got a lot of life left. So Victoria, you're keeping her alive.
I'm safe. I made the cut. Lucky Chance is keeping them alive. Margot Robbie's keeping it alive. Her production company.
She's such a great actress. She's definitely she's definitely keeping that shit alive. All right, so let's see. Danny, Photo Lab Rick. He looks like Robin Williams. What was that movie when he was playing the fucking Photo Lab?
What, 1 hour photo?
Yeah. Rick looks like the reanimator right now. Let's see. Dre, Vampire Rick.
Oh, fuck him. He shouldn't be talking. Dre, you look like fucking Jeeves from Men in Black, so shut the fuck up. Sorry. Did I go too far? Sorry. Wow. He looks like Jeeves. I'm sorry. He needs to be quiet.
Racist. That's Dracist.
He's Dracist.
Velo 412. That Bulls jersey though. Yeah.
I'm talking. Yeah, dude, that's fucking vintage, bro. I'm digging that shit. Too bad.
Bulls, minor league hockey team from back in the day. I was like, oh, let me do a half-ass costume. I was like, oh, cool. I have a hat I can shave, and I have a Bulls hockey jersey, so perfect.
We went to a game, right? Right, we went to a game, right?
Oh yeah.
We went to a few.
F too. F was there too.
That's a costume though, right?
Ephraim,
look at my brother.
I don't know much, but I know I love you.
You don't have the earring though, bro. If you had the earring with the fucking feather,
I need the Aaron
fucking
Neville.
Perfect right now.
I need the Aaron Neville fucking earring. So if you guys are watching right now, appreciate it. Can you guys like the video if you can, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.
Sorry. Fucking Bo, now you wear costumes.
Yeah. Sorry, Bo. Yeah, Bo. Yeah, now you wear costumes. We told Bo a couple weeks ago when we're having the show that we're all going to dress up because it's Halloween month and stuff. So we made Bo dress up.
Bo, I still love you.
We didn't dress up though.
So mean.
I thought that's what you guys were going to do to me, to be honest.
No, we wouldn't do that to you, Joe.
I got so many.
I honestly thought I'd get on here and just be like, oh, yep, Joe's a dog today, by the way.
Joe, we love you.
Sure.
Hey, Rick stepped up. He's got 3 costumes. Yeah.
Hey, I got more if I can find the fucking glasses.
All right, Rick, go ahead. Costume change. Come on.
Costume change.
Right.
Here we go. Costume change.
It's like a J-Lo concert.
Right? Here we go. There's where we're going.
He's like Cher for sure. Look at this costume change.
Costume change.
This is probably the first time I've dressed up for Halloween in like 15 years. I did a half-ass for sure.
I think I've been Harley Quinn every year since 2016.
Holly? I'm getting more back into the Halloween spirit, man. I was kind of disenchanted with all holidays for a long time, man. I was just like, no, but Halloween's awesome, man. Halloween's like, it's like one of the fun ones for sure. You look like fucking
Hawaiian Michael Myers. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Do you know what the mask is actually based off of?
William Shatner.
William
Yeah.
Shatner.
Yeah, they painted a William Shatner mask white,
Yeah,
and
white.
Myers was born.
Yep. Anytime they try to like defer from that look, it just doesn't look right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, they sold the rights to that look for like $2 or something.
Yeah.
Did they?
It was just like
Something
a
like
Halloween
that.
mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot in here. Holy shit.
You look fucking so casual right now.
Well, a day of killing, and you gotta hit the waves and have a Mai Tai.
You like, yeah, you look like the Margaritaville version of fucking Michael Reyes.
If you like pina coladas. No?
No, no, not at all. All right. Did anybody watch Borat?
Yes.
You saw Borat?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do a quick little review. Like I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't as funny as the first one. I thought it was pretty. It was pretty. It had some funny moments. It's definitely relevant for today. I thought the actress that played the daughter, what's her name? Barakova. What the hell's her name? She was really good. I think she should like get all the fucking. She definitely steals this movie. She's really good. That the actress that plays his daughter. Yeah, it was fun. Like the original one had like Seth Rogen and like the other guy like kind of like feeding them lines and shit. I think they had better writers for the first one, but this one was fun. It was a fun. It was cool to see like a Borat back. Just it's kind of annoying seeing all the Borat impressions come back. But so Joe, what'd you think of the new Borat movie?
So I actually really enjoyed it, but of course it's not going to be as great as the first.
Yeah.
It was apparent immediately as soon as he got to America that it wasn't going to be the same because he couldn't go out and just shit in public. He couldn't, bring a bear to children and people wouldn't recognize him, like he immediately went out in public and everyone's like, Borat, high five, very nice, and so like it was, you could tell off the bat. And so that's why it was cool that they brought the girl in, and she actually really was more of the star of the movie.
Yeah.
First of all, because she did like way more shit than he did.
Oh,
but my main question is, how long did he live with those two dudes in that cabin?
2 days.
That was only 2 days.
I think like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, he.
It looked like 2 weeks.
Like I would see a whole movie just with them.
No, I would. Entertaining.
I think the first Borat like did this too, like where they came out with a second like behind like all the unused footage, because there's a shitload of footage they shot with this. But the scene with them with the like the QAnon fucking like dudes, and which is like kind of sad because that's America. Like they're real people in America, and they seem like fine dudes. They seem like real like they seem like dudes like you probably have a beer with.
Hey, I saw a video about them, and he said that they're great guys, man.
Yeah, they seem like cool dudes. Like
they're good guys.
But they just like they got
conspiracy theorists.
They just got shit news and they get fucking shit information. They like so yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like that was the main thing like that I picked up on that. First of all, I wouldn't know how long they lived with him because it seemed like a lot longer.
I think it was like 2-3 days. I think it was, yeah.
But those guys just legitimately just seemed like really nice dudes. They had no judgments about this guy that was going around banging pots and pans on their walls. They were just dude, that's not the virus.
They took some random dude in. Yeah, who takes a random dude?
And they were just super calm and friendly and understanding, And even when he was just like, "Oh, women have no rights," they were like, "No, women have brains. They get to choose shit." Like even they were just like, "No, dude, you're kind of wrong." Like they even called him out on their shit. So there's so they're not totally horrible people. What they think might not be aligned with what I think, but once again, America. So
that's America, though.
Live and let live.
I don't like our current administration, but there's some people that just get wrong information. And that's what they believe in. So but there's definitely good folks out there. So Maria Bakalova, she's a Bulgarian actress. Bakalova. She's amazing. Yeah, 24. I looked it up. She's 24, so she's of age. Despite Giuliani's fucking.
Just so you don't feel bad.
Yeah. No,
that was weird.
She's a very, very beautiful woman. She steals the show. Like there were people like joking like, oh, she should get an Oscar. Like she just definitely get an Oscar. She was like, her character arc in this movie like definitely steals the show. She's really
Especially
good
for
in this movie.
improv.
She's really good in this. Yeah.
Very
Very
good.
good at
Like,
improving.
and to keep up with Sacha Baron Cohen, who's very like
Mhm.
he's like a very smart man. Like if you seen like some of his speeches, like where he's talking about like democracy and shit like that, he's a very smart fucking motherfucker. So for her to keep up and like even almost like outshine Sacha Baron Cohen in some of these scenes, like she's the fucking all-star of this fucking movie. She's worth it just for price of admission right here. Harley, did you watch the original Borat? You remember the original
Yeah,
Borat? Or
I
were
saw
you
the
born then?
original.
Were you born then?
I was just barely.
Are you planning to watch this?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's not like on the top of my list.
Yeah, I would definitely like recommend watch it. Like it's not like it's like I said, it's not as great as the original. I think the original kind of came out like nowhere and like it just definitely was like I laughed all through the first movie. Like I laughed my ass off. Like when they were like wrestling naked through the fucking hotel. That shit was
God.
fucking hilarious. I laughed my ass off. So definitely like missed like some of that kind of humor. But it's definitely worth watching. Definitely not as good as the first, but definitely worth checking out. And if you have Amazon, it's free. It's a free fucking new movie, so you can't go wrong with that. So Rick, what'd you think of Borat 2?
So
what's the full title of the movie? Like the title is fucking insane.
So they call it
movie.
Yeah, they call it Borat subsequent movie film, but it's Borat delivery of prodigious bribe to American regime for make benefit once glory nation of Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
That's what they changed it to once.
It was pornographic monkey.
Spoiler.
There was something else where they fucking called it delivering pornographic monkey to fucking to Premier Pence. But you know what? So when it comes to the first movie, the first movie was perfect for its time. So one thing that America needs every now and then, because like we've become so pompous as a fucking country that nobody can fucking tell us how fucking what our faults are. And Borat in the first movie, he definitely pointed fucking like here's the mirror. Just look at yourselves, you fucking idiots. You know, and not just like, you know, it's as Americans in total, because even like people we know people like this. All of us know people like this. You know, we hate to say it, but we all know people like this. And in this next Borat movie, we still know people like this. That's the sad part. He's still fucking holding up the mirror. In the first movie, yeah, it was fun because of the times we lived in. But the times we live in now are different. You know, we're not as jaded anymore. We're fucking kind of upset. And he's holding up the mirror one more time. And, you know, for all these people who are with this QAnon fucking like theories, you know, I don't like to get too political, even on this on our program. But are you guys fucking serious? Like Giuliani wasn't tucking back in. I'm sorry. When you tuck back in as a man, you stand up and then you tuck back in. If you're like lying down the way you did, you're getting ready to load torpedo 1. Shut the fuck up.
That whole scene was like, well, a lot of people seen the scene already, but like it's definitely like it's very awkward.
It's cringe. It's cringeworthy.
And it's definitely
dude. I don't care what Giuliani says. He was getting ready to get things going. He wasn't fucking like, oh, I was tucking my pants back in. Bullshit.
In Giuliani's defense, she was definitely flirting with him and kind of like.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So what I'm saying, he didn't know her age, but the moment she found out he was 15, he was like, oh, I was tucking it in. Like, you lying sack of shit. If nobody came out.
What the scariest thing is like how easily, like, all right, if fucking fucking Borat can fucking infiltrate fucking Giuliani, like imagine like some Russian fucking spy or like some foreign spy can set up the same fucking thing, just put a fucking beautiful girl in front of him and they can set him up and like blackmail his ass, like so it's a scary fucking thing for our democracy for sure.
And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
There was a deleted scene in the movie where she meets up with some like reporter or something, and she actually gets up with like in person up close with one of his sons without a mask, like with like it was a deleted scene from the movie, you know, but it just shows how easy it was to just someone was just like, yeah, oh yeah, come on in. didn't do any background check or anything on this person, you know.
Of course
And
not.
then all of a sudden she's in front of the president's son without a mask, face to face, shaking hands, being like, "Oh, nice to meet you." You know, it's like that doesn't look good at all. Period. I'm gonna say.
So, like, I'll tell you this: when it comes to that movie, my favorite scene is when I think they're like at a debutante ball, and like a girl's father looks over and he says, he like Borat fucking like,
how much would you pay for her?
how much would you pay to have sex with my daughter? And the guy leans over and he's like, $500. And then his daughter, who's fucking hearing this shit, is like, you are so fucking disgusting. I'm like,
that was hilarious.
This is exactly what Borat, that movie, was made for. Thank you, Sacha Baron Cohen. You are our only hope to fucking show America our fucking disgusting society that we fucking live in, and we fucking, we uphold. Fuck you guys, man. Thank you, Borat. Sorry.
Borat. All right, let's see. Bo Strickland, not Kirk, but from a movie called The Devil's Reign. Yeah, I've heard that before. Like the
oh, you shut up.
It's Kirk. It's a fucking Kirk mask.
No,
right?
it's Bo. No, it's because it's Bo.
Fucking Bo. Where's your lay, Rick? Yeah.
You want me to go get a lay? Here we go.
Yeah, go get lay, Rick. Go get lay.
What costume number is this?
yeah.
4, 5.
He's going. This is Ricky Buffett. Let's see. Lori, Ali G is the best too. Yeah, the Ali G show is amazing.
Ali G movie's great.
Ali G movie not great. The first 10 minutes of the Ali G movie is hilarious. The rest of the movie is not good, but the Ali G show is fucking hilarious. Borat and Bruno and shit. Oh my, it was fucking hilarious. All right, Ricky Buffett. All right, Ricky Buffett.
I got laid.
Finally. All right. Cool. All right. I think we ran through the news. That's cool. Did a couple of reviews. That's awesome. All right. So let's talk some of our favorite like Halloween like shows and movies and stuff like that. So like it doesn't have to be scary or spooky, but just like stuff you'd like to watch around Halloween time. So I'll start. One of my favorite things about Halloween from a childhood on is the Treehouse of Horror on the Simpsons. Treehouse of Horror in the Simpsons was like that's when you knew Halloween was around. That's when the Halloween season, like Treehouse of Horror was amazing. Like I have one of the figures right here, like the Mr. Burns as a
oh, Dracula, that was a great one, man.
Yeah. The Mr. Burns as a Dracula from the Bram Stoker's Dracula. The Treehouse of Horror was always, even when the Simpsons like kind of dipped in like fucking quality, the Treehouse of Horror was always good. Yeah, that was nothing like screams Halloween to me than Treehouse of Horror. Like some of the episodes, like when they fought zombies, like the zombie Flanders, that shit like that. Or Homer turned into a donut, like the devil Flanders, like shit like that. That nothing screams Halloween more than fucking than the Treehouse of Horror. So yeah, I just wanted to shout out to you guys. Like, let's like talk about some of our favorite like Halloween like stuff to watch. Doesn't have to be a horror movie, just stuff you like to watch during Halloween. So Harley. What's some of your favorite like Halloween movies, TV shows, what have you?
I am not a fan of scary movies, and I usually stick to just binge watching TV series. But there's been a lot of Insidious playing in our home.
Nice.
That I hide in the kitchen while it plays in the living room. No, a lot of Insidious, a lot of those movies. I guess it's a series or a saga.
Yeah, I think there's
a lot of those
movies.
films.
3 movies, right? Yeah, I've seen the first one.
Isn't it part of like a universe, right?
Oh,
like
I think it might be 4 actually. I think it's 4 at this point.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
It's like Insidious, Conjuring 2, Insidious 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think
it's like a little universe.
They're great.
Insidious, the last key's the last one.
Yeah, but that's not part of the Conjuring universe.
No, but it's James Wan. It's they're James Wan movies.
Yeah, the lady from what's the lady from
Lin
There's
Shaye.
Something About Mary? Yeah, the lady from There's Something About Mary's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Lin Shaye.
Lin Shaye Dorado. Yeah.
No, Lin Shaye, and she's actually I think the daughter or the sister of Robert Shaye, who was one of the producers of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, deep cuts, man. So Insidious, that's one of your Halloween flicks. Who's playing? Is that Mom's playing that?
Oh yeah, mom's a big scary movie fan.
Oh, we need to have
She
Mama
took
on
us
the
to
show.
see. Yeah, she should have been on the show. She
your
would
mom's
have
gangster.
answers
I
to
like
these
your
questions.
mom's awesome. I love your mom.
Thanks. Now she's gonna want to watch this show.
It's in her praise. Mom's so cool.
No, I think the reason I don't like scary movies is because whenever we would go to the movies growing up, it was to see a scary movie. Like, my mom wasn't that person that was like, you know, only PG movies. It was, we're going to see The Exorcist in theaters. She took us to see Hills Have Eyes the day it came out.
The remake?
And I was, remake. I was like 7,
That's actually a really
I think.
good remake.
Oh, it was terrifying. The opening credits, I was already hiding. The movie hadn't even started yet.
You're like in the back of the theater, like.
Yeah. And they tricked me. They took us to a movie theater that served ice cream, which was foreign at the time. So we're going to the movie theater with ice cream. Who wants The Hills Have Eyes? No, but I think the memory that pops up in my mind whenever I think of going to a scary movie with my mom, I forget what it's called, but it was this film, kind of like the Blair Witch type of movie where it's filmed from, you know, point of view with the handheld camera. It was like a conjuring exorcism movie.
Found footage.
Paranormal Activity.
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal?
No, it wasn't paranormal. It was it was an exorcism movie where they're kind of jumping around Rome. This girl, I believe her mom was possessed.
The Last Exorcism?
I think it was The Last Exorcism. I remember, spoiler, the end of the film, they're driving the person who's possessed to the hospital, but then the demon keeps jumping around from person to person to person. Eventually it jumps into the driver and everyone goes silent, and all of a sudden you just hear the engine rev and the driver take the seatbelt off, and then it cuts. So naturally, as we're driving home, I live on a farm, so it's very dark, dirt roads everywhere. My mom just stops talking, starts speeding up the car, and takes off her seatbelt. And me, I was 20 years old, crying in the front seat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome, dude. I want that shit to happen to me. Oh my god.
Don't worry, there's still time, Rick.
She would take us to Not Scary Farm every year. For my sister's, I think, 13th birthday, we took them all to like the scariest haunted house in town.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
your mom's so cool.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
Pretty
cool.
That's awesome.
That's fucking dope, man.
I
wish my parents would try to scare the shit out of me like that.
Yeah, they just said mental and physical abuse. That was it.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
What about you, Joe? What's
my mom and my oldest brother together, and no one's safe. No one is safe. They're both big horror movie fans.
Nice. It skips a generation, I see. Yeah.
Like Teen Wolf.
What about you, Joe? What's some of your favorite like Halloween shows, TV shows, movies?
So like as a kid, I had like the exact opposite thing. My parents hated scary movies. Like I didn't watch. The only time I watched one scary movie was one Critters movie. I don't even know which one it was. I just happened to see it at a sleepover at a friend's house, and it kind of scared the shit out of me.
What happened in the Critters movie?
Was it Critters 4?
Like one of them.
Fuck you, Ray.
I don't know. One of them. I remember one of them was hiding in a shoe, and a guy put his foot in the shoe and just like attacked him, and that scared the shit out of me. It kind of made me scared to put my foot in the shoe for a little while. But other than that, I didn't have any experience with scary movies as a kid. The only real tradition we had as a kid was like I remember carving pumpkins, watching Hocus Pocus on ABC, and right before Hocus Pocus would play, they'd play the Michael Jackson Thriller, the whole music video. And so, like, I remember that as a kid. Other than that, like, currently, I just kind of watch whatever I watch. And it was weird this year because I didn't get to go see new movies in theaters like I usually would. Like, the new thing in the theater, I would try to go see. I couldn't do that this year.
You'd be watching Saw right now, or Spiral.
Halloween was supposed to come out.
Yeah, and Spiral would have been out right now, too.
Halloween Kills was supposed to come out.
But I couldn't do that stuff. And plus, I kind of like, October's been kind of a blur to me. And to be honest, I've been watching a lot of MasterChef, which is not spooky at all.
It's a lot of knives. There's knives in there.
There is knives in there.
Yeah,
and,
you
and
can
it
hope
doesn't
somebody
get
gets
intense.
cut.
It does get intense, and they do get cut occasionally. But yes, and that and a little bit of Ghost Adventures. But honestly, like I kind of been slacking this October on just watching scary stuff in general. Like we watched The Witches and a couple other scary movies, like the original Witches and the scary movies and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been slacking this year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I try to like watch horror movies all year long. So like when Halloween comes around, I was like, I watch.
Right, I kind of do that too. Like there's like it'll be like January, and I'll be like, oh, I'm in a spooky mood right now. Let's just have a movie marathon, you know?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So
like,
when October comes around, it's just like, oh, it's kind of just another month. So but
kinda,
everyone just expects you to kind of cram a lot of horror shit in there. I'm like, but I kind of do it all year too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm a year-long Halloween fan. Yeah, for there.
Yeah.
I don't need an excuse to watch horror movies. I just watch them like.
Right.
In high school, my friend, whenever she would spend the night, she loves watching scary movies, and for whatever reason, we'd always end up watching Human Centipede.
I can do it.
I watched it once.
2.
I watched the first one once, and that was enough. I got the whole point of the movie. That was
There's a trilogy, right? There's like 3 movies, right?
Yeah, there's 3 movies for that one.
There's 3. I've only seen the second one. The second one was a lot.
Right? How many times do you need to see that unless it's like a really like a kink or something? I don't know.
Watching like some German porn, yeah, that's one thing. But like, if I'm like watching a movie, like kind of.
The second one was so bad they could only release it in black and white.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the torture porn kind of horror movies, like just like trying to shock you and like what. Yeah, I was never a big fan of like the Hostel movies and like the Saw movies and shit like that.
I liked the Hostel movie, but I never got into this. I've seen the first Hostel movie and I kind of enjoyed that. It was
first one's
like
okay.
Cringy. Yeah, it made me like cringe at times, but like I just saw like snippets. Like my friends would show me of the Saw movies as a kid. And I had no interest in seeing someone have spikes slowly shoved into their face, or like it was just like, can't you just kill them fast? That's good.
Yeah, kill them. Yeah. That's why
I think I enjoyed Hostel more than Saw.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, it's more like Saw seems more like just like, all right, we're just gonna like do this to try to shock you. Also had like more of a story behind it, and like actually
it was more like a Taken situation almost, you know? Like visitors abroad, and you just got caught up in some weird shit, and like. That could happen to anyone, right?
Yeah.
But the Saw one, it was all part of a big puzzle. Yeah. The Saw one was like, oh, you did this and you were part of this. And then it was like little puzzle pieces as opposed to just a random situation. So that was what's more scary to me, at least, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real. All right, let's see. Krista, any Scooby-Doo Halloween movie? Scooby-Doo is awesome. Yeah, it definitely, I think it was like Scooby, like
the old school ones were cool for like Halloween, but like anything new, like when they came out in like the 90s and like 2000s, like come on, man.
It's all about the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, man. Vincent Price and Scooby-Doo, come on.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Let's see, Bo Strickland, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's good. Halloween, classic Halloween. Fucking wait for that great pumpkin to show up. Yeah, for sure.
So I heard that was only. I heard that was only going to stream on Apple this year.
Those fuckers move that shit, man. That was my fucking yearly thing. It's fucking The Great Pumpkin.
All right, well, fucking buy it on DVD. What the fuck?
This is something everybody should watch. This is things for kids, man.
That, but yeah, it's kind of a thing where it was kind of like every family.
It's a tradition.
Any family could enjoy it every year. You didn't have to go out and buy it. It was just. They're on your TV every year.
It's good. It's like almost like the cleanest like Halloween thing for like a kid to just enjoy.
The polka dot ghost, like
man. the witch mask with that fucking moves when they fucking like emote or they say something. That's fucking the best, man. That's my Halloween right there, man.
Right, calm down, Rick. Let's see, Krista, good call on the Treehouse. Treehouse of Horror is awesome. Yeah, that's great. There's a new one coming out like this Sunday too.
They're gonna fuck it up.
Past Sunday, I definitely watch that. Yeah, I haven't watched Simpsons in a couple of years, but I'll watch Treehouse of Horror. Lori, Nightmare on Elm Street, Nosferatu, Sleepy Hollow, Lady in White, and Jaws.
For what?
I agree with all those, but Jaws is not really fucking Halloween.
Yeah.
Hell, Lord.
Nightmare on Elm Street only if it's the first one or Dream
Jaws
Warriors.
is more like a summer movie for me.
Yeah, it is a summer movie. It's a 4th of July movie.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you're watching right now, please hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're on 160, 161, 167 right now. Horror all year round. There you go.
I just had to throw that out there because
thanks,
I watch horror all I watch horror like fucking like every week, every other day. I watch something that's horror. So sorry.
Okay, Rick. Well, what's one of your favorite Halloween picks?
Dude, well, they just mentioned it. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's one of my fucking absolute favorite things to watch. It's a good thing. All the Charlie Brown stuff is good for every occasion. Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's Charlie Brown's always fun. And one of my favorites also is the Garfield fucking Halloween. That for some reason it fucking scared the shit out of me when I was a kid when it got to the ghost part where Garfield had to escape the haunted house. And they showed the animated ghosts and everything. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You know, like some of that art back then was scary. So, yeah, it was cool. And the Nickelodeon series, Are You Afraid of the Dark? I like watching stuff during Halloween. Everybody wants to watch Saw. Everybody, you know, that Saw is okay. Hostel's okay, but Halloween to me is like, I'm trying to remember what it was like to be a kid and go out there and have fun. So to me, it's the Garfield, it's the Charlie Brown, it's the Are You Afraid of the Darks? It's like all the kids stuff that had to do anything with Halloween. So yeah, that's it's more nostalgic for me when it comes to Halloween than just being like flat out horror. I get horror all year round. I have no problems with horror. So
yeah. Well, yeah, horror's all year round, but there's like certain like movies and TV shows that just scream like just Halloween. Like this is like I need to watch this like during Halloween because it's like that kind of season.
The Stranger Things episode for Halloween, that was a fucking amazing episode. You know, where they all dressed as Ghostbusters. So that's probably gonna jump on my list now for things to watch on Halloween. So
yeah, like I love how like Roseanne back in the day. Like Roseanne had awesome Halloween. Like the highlights of the season was a Halloween episode.
Dude, Night Court had a great Halloween episode. Yep. Right? You know, where fucking like somebody was fucking possessed. Like fucking Quantum Leap had great Halloween. I remember all these network shows that had great Halloween episodes. Yeah. You know, like Quantum Leap had he leaped into a haunted house where Stephen King was like a kid and like took all the fucking things that he saw all around him and fucking started writing books. So it's like that. I dig shit like that, you know. It's like I dig it. Yeah, I'm a nerd that way. So yeah, I fucking love the nostalgia.
So many ways. So one of my like newer favorites, like to watch like during Halloween, kind of like encompasses the whole like holiday, is Cabin in the Woods. I think it's good. It's
a great movie.
It's such a great, like if you love any kind of horror movie. Like this movie is just like skyrocketing like to like my top like one of my favorite movies of all time, especially during Halloween. Like this movie, like if you love any kind of horror movies, this like speaks to you on so many levels. Like this movie is so like underrated. Like anytime I like oh, you haven't seen this movie, you need to fucking watch this movie because this movie is amazing. One of the best werewolf designs in the movie, I tell you that. But it just screams Hollywood Halloween. It just screams like it encompasses all the shit you love about horror movies, and like you get like a taste of all like the genres of horror movies. It's just a fun movie. So like yeah, I'll definitely be watching Cabin in the Woods for my Halloween, like one of my Halloween viewing pleasures for sure. But yeah, it definitely like it just if you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods, I don't want to spoil like the twist in it, but it's just. If you love any kind of horror movies, like if you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods and you love horror movies, watch Cabin in the Woods because it's a love letter to like all the shit you love about horror movies. So definitely.
I'm gonna say it's kind of like Evil Dead meets The Truman Show meets Scream. Like they
Yeah,
kind of
man.
mix it
That's
all a
pretty
little
accurate.
bit
Yeah,
together.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah. It just encompasses all the fucking shit you love about horror movies in one fucking well acted. You have fucking Drew Goddard's directing it, and like it's just like I think it's like one of the perfect Halloween movies.
Yeah, you
If
got
you-
Chris Hemsworth in that shit.
Yeah.
That was funny as shit. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, his death was like.
Yeah. Oop, spoiler.
Yeah.
I didn't say when it was.
Everybody
or how he
dies.
died.
Everybody dies.
Like I said, I didn't say when it was or how he died. I just said he does die, so expect it. That's all.
The creature effects and like all the shit in it. Like I don't want to say any more of it. Just watch it if you haven't seen it. Like put it on Halloween. If you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods, find it. Watch it on Halloween. You will not fucking be disappointed.
Definitely.
Have you guys seen
Holly?
Don't Breathe?
Which one?
Oh, Don't Breathe. Yeah.
Have you seen Don't Breathe with
Yes.
Jane
Not yet.
Levy?
No.
With
No,
Stephen
I haven't
Lang.
seen that.
That
Yeah.
movie's
Sequel's
fucking
really good.
Sequel's coming
awesome.
out soon too.
Yeah, it's a fucking dope movie. It's like super creepy because of the subject matter, but that movie's fucking dope, dude. Yeah. Stephen Lang is great because it's like, is he a villain or is like he's just
Motherfuckers are
protecting
breaking
his shit?
into his house? Like
Yeah,
fuck
like
that.
that.
Yeah, I was
No.
gonna say, is that the one where they like break into his house and
he's blind? Yeah, he's a blind
Yeah,
vet.
first, I just
Fuck
wanted
you.
to see the movie to find out like why the hell did you even do that in the first
You
place?
broke
dumbass?
into my
Like,
house. I should be able to
Right.
fucking fuck you up. All right. Yeah, that's
right. So who's the bad guy in that?
Yeah,
situation?
I mean, yeah, I get that part, but he took it a little step different. So
Okay.
that kind of made it super fucking creepy. Dude, anybody breaks into my house, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up. But
What he
I'm
did.
not gonna do what that kid did. That's the whole thing about that one. So if you guys haven't seen Don't Breathe, definitely check that shit out, man. Definitely Don't Breathe is
really
fucking
good.
awesome. Yeah,
So,
I'll give that up.
So Victoria,
Good call,
Levy's
Victoria.
always
Good
awesome.
call. Good call.
is that on?
Thanks.
That's next on your Halloween list right there.
Yeah, it's a newer movie. I don't think I've seen it since I saw it in theaters, but I am a Jane Levy fan. Another San Francisco show, Zoe's Incredible Playlist, filmed in San Francisco, starring Jane Levy.
That was filmed in San Francisco?
Yeah, that Don't Breathe wasn't filmed in San Francisco, but her series is.
Okay.
TV series is filmed in SF.
Okay. I was like, that looked like it was Detroit for some reason.
No, I love her, and that kind of got my mind jogging because I saw her on my Instagram recently, and I was like, oh, she was in that one scary movie, and it's perfect Halloween movie.
Yeah, that's a fucking awesome movie. If you guys haven't checked that shit out, definitely, dude. Don't Breathe is it's fucking nutsy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to check it out. Like I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole movie. Yeah.
Oof.
Justifiable. All right, Joe. Joe, any other Halloween like shows you like to watch and like Halloween-ish stuff?
I mean, I was like I was saying, like when I was like tradition, when I was a kid, I was totally like a 90s Disney Channel kid. So like the Halloween movie or a Halloween Town movie and
Halloween Town was good.
Yeah, and Don't Look Under the Bed. Okay, that really fucked me up as a kid. I'm not gonna lie. When he started turning into the boogeyman after he was all cool for the whole movie, then now he's a bad guy. Like that terrified me as a child. So mostly my Halloween traditions are like based around like childish things, just because that's what I grew up on, kind of.
Exactly,
But I also do like to throw in what's like a scary movie every now and then. Like I have Shudder. What's his name? Joe Bob Briggs, the driver.
Oh, Joe Bob's Driving, man. That's great.
Yeah, like those are great to watch if you just want to like get some if you want to learn a little bit of back knowledge while also just seeing something that you probably wouldn't see in general on a streaming service. Like, and the weird thing is they have movies for his special, but they don't have them on the streaming service itself. And so you have to kind of watch it sometimes to like watch his whole thing to get a certain movie. But even then you get like backstory shit when the little breaks and everything. He'll tell like behind the scenes information and shit like that. So you learn a little bit, and I think that's kind of cool too. But those are always kind of cool to watch during the Halloween season, I feel like, because you get an array of things.
Yeah, it encompasses a lot of the fucking like the best of the genre right there.
Yeah,
for sure. Awesome. Rick, what else you got on your Halloween viewing list?
So I haven't seen this yet, but it's been on a list, and I'm probably gonna try to look for it as soon as I'm done right with the show today. So there's a movie called Haunt. I've been hearing a lot about it because I'm a big Hell House LLC fan. I like that kind of found footage shit, and I just watched the third one the other day. I think you called me on the phone, and I was watching it, and you were like, "What the fuck are you watching?" Because all you heard was a bunch of.
To be fair, I say that all the time when I call you.
Pretty much. So it was like a bunch of people getting killed in the background, but like people have been telling me about this movie called Haunt. It's an Eli Roth produced movie with a lot of other producers, and it's a Fright Fest kind of entry into their the Fright Fest line of movies. It's on Shudder right now, but I'm gonna try to find it. And I hear it's great, and it's anything with a clown. I want to watch anything with clowns. Yeah, there's Terrifier. You got to see that too.
Clowns.
I don't know if you've seen Terrifier. Also, Terrifier is it's not a horror movie, but it's torture porn.
It's creepy.
There's creepy at times, but it's a slasher movie. But I kind of think of it as porn. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's definitely the torture aspect.
It's the torture aspect of it. Yeah.
There's
it's like
one scene in particular where it goes really overboard. And you're like, how long is this gonna last? Like, okay. I mean, it was shock at first. Now it's still too much.
Yeah, it's like, dude, are you just doing this just to try to fuck with me? Because it's not fucking with me. It's just like it's kind of disgusting. It's like, right. But that's what Terrifier is, and they're coming out with the Terrifier too. If anybody gives a shit. But I definitely want to check out this movie Haunt. I'll probably, if I like it, it'll probably be on my next week's on my pull list. I'm gonna look for it, but I want to see it. So I just want to throw that out there for people. It stars the 8th place winner of American Idol. So if anybody gives a shit, 8th place winner of season 9.
You're underselling it, man. You're underselling
Catherine Marie Stevens. So she's like 8th place, man. 8th place. It rocks now.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, how many seasons do they have of that?
I don't know. But
are they like 20 or 30 or something? Like,
but one thing I do love about horror is that horror scrapes the bottom of the barrel for all these actors, and this is where actors get their start. I've seen Kevin Bacon. I've seen so many people get their start in horror movies.
Johnny Depp.
Exactly. We are gifted actors through horror movies because horror movies, this is where everybody starts. Directors, writers, producers. This is where everybody starts. So give it up for horror movies. Man.
Yeah, well, it's easy like to film a horror movie. Like,
yeah, right.
It's cheap to fucking film a horror movie. So,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So let's see some more chat right here. Lori, of course, the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. Goosebumps. Yeah, that's a good.
Goosebumps is a great one. Yeah.
That's a good Halloween show. Yeah. Alex, love Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods is awesome. Yeah, so good. Definitely watching that on Halloween. Lori, Hellraiser. I haven't watched Hellraiser in a while. I need to watch
Hellraiser is great. The first one though. First you can skip the second one and maybe watch the third one.
Yeah. It's a very inconsistent fucking series of films.
I'm surprised no one's brought up Evil Dead.
Oof.
Well, we still have to. Well, is that your next pick?
I watch Evil Dead maybe 3 times a year. So
yeah, I was gonna say that's a constant for me.
That's a May movie for me.
Yeah, that's a
we have the movie poster hanging in the movie room downstairs.
What? Nice.
As much of this is it's a staple to eat rice, it's a staple to watch Evil Dead. So
yeah, that's more of a Memorial Day movie.
The original.
Both. I like both.
You like the remake too?
I like the remake too.
Second one, the remake's actually pretty good.
The remake's actually pretty good.
Second one's my favorite.
Oh, there's just something about the original that it's
the first
parts of it are just so ridiculous.
Yeah, it takes itself a little too seriously, which I love. The second one actually gets a little bit more slapsticky. I want it to be a little bit more serious than fucking goes all out funny. You know, but I want it to be slapsticky in its seriousness. If that makes any sense.
No, that
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. All right.
Both kind of creep me out till this day. So like, I mean, if in
Yeah.
the right setting, you know, like if it's like hella dark and quiet and like the window is wide open and everything, and I'm just like, I'm gonna close the blinds real quick. I don't know what the fuck's out there, you know. And, but you know, there's sometimes where it just hits you just right, and you're like, oh, this is actually creepy again. You know, I forgot about this.
The wind kicks up at the right time with the movie as
Right?
the windows open.
It chills you, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, that's the best.
Folks,
That's the best.
like and subscribe to the video if you're watching right now and you're enjoying yourself. Like the video, please.
Down below.
So we're gonna jump into some scary stories and like some stuff like either personal to you or like you've read or like told. So yeah, we're just gonna run through just tell a couple like either personal, like I said, I have like one personal and one like I've looked up. So we'll start with you, Harley. Yes, give us a scary like spooky story like the spook our bones.
Spooky story.
Spook our bones.
Oh, I just dropped my headphones. I have
I'm turning off my light to
stories.
get spooky.
Oh, should I change my?
There
How do I?
you go. Yeah, it's all good.
Is
All
that better?
right, we're gonna tell some scary stories, so we need to get spooky. There you
Hang
go.
on, let me see if this will show.
Oh shit, I look like exactly like Kevin Smith with the light.
Let's see. A spooky story. There we go.
Tell us a story, Victoria.
Two spooky stories. The first one happened last night,
Oh
which is
shit.
great. My last day off in a while. I'm working all the way through this week with 2 jobs, and I was enjoying myself last night. I had the projector going. I had a margarita, and of course, this is the first night the Santa Ana winds pick up. And it's blowing anywhere from 30 to 50 mile an hour winds outside. Trees are falling. It's already spooky in itself. So Hannah, my dog, runs downstairs and starts barking outside, but she never comes back inside. So I go downstairs to check on her, and I open my bedroom door and I start walking down the stairs. And the second I step on the first step, the guest room door next to me just opens.
Oh, that's
And I'm the
fucked
only
up.
person. I'm the only person in the house, and the wind's just blowing and howling, and there's just things falling over, trash cans is blowing down the street. The windows are shaking from the wind, and the second I step on the stairs, the guest bedroom door just goes.
Oh, that's cold-blooded.
So I just run down the stairs and I'm screaming, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, mommy!" And I grab my dog and I'm standing in the doorway of my mom's bedroom, just looking up the stairs, waiting to see if something comes inside. And then thumbs up, like and subscribe. And it scared me so bad until common sense set in. It's like, no, vacuum effect, the wind's blowing, you opened your door and it caused the other door to open. My detective came out and I realized I think I was being a little foolish. But my other scary story is a paranormal story. And my mom, previous relationship my mom was in, his son passed away when he was, I believe, 18 years old. Just suddenly had a heart attack while watching TV on the couch, I believe. And it was really tragic, really sad. And in our movie room downstairs, we had a lot of photos of him from the memorial that they had. And it was this large photo of him. And in the mat of the frame, it was everyone writing, we'll miss you, we love you. And it's just hanging up in the back room. And the second they hung it up, you just kind of get this sense, this feeling that there's something else in the room now. And his sister had a baby girl, and unfortunately, she abandoned the child because of a heroin addiction and left the baby with us. So there's, baby toys all over the house and the little car that she drives around in. And one night during that 3 and 4 o'clock hour, that witching hour, you know, it had been happening for a while that in between 3 and 4 o'clock, something would fall, something would make a noise. And that had been going on for about a week since the baby came to live with us. But one night, it's like 3:30, I'm sitting downstairs watching TV, and all of a sudden, the little toy Jeep that she rides around in just goes off. All the lights, all the sounds, it's just like, and of course it's the creepy Barbie car, so it's like, haha, let's take a ride. And it's like,
oh, not cool, man.
Off.
Not cool.
And again, I'm by myself. What do? I panic. I grab the toy and I just rip the batteries out, and I take off and I run and I hide in my room under the covers. And to this day, I'm still terrified to go in that room. It's the scariest thing. But I talked to my friend about it, and they're really into paranormal things. And he was explaining to me how that photo that we have on the wall that said, "We'll miss you, we love you." When someone passes away, it's common for their spirit not to understand that they're dead. So when they see that photo, they're like, "What do you mean I'm dead? What do you mean you miss me? I'm right here, look at me." And they start playing with the toys and they start turning the lights on and off. They're like, "Look, I'm doing this. I must still be here. You must still see me." And of course, with the baby being abandoned, it was kind of like a stressor. And it's like, I want to see the baby. Like, what's my sister doing? And the toys just would go off every night between 3 and 4 o'clock.
Oh, Jesus.
Not fucking cool. That's the worst time. Yeah, I hear 3 and 4 o'clock. I'm like getting scared as shit, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Not 3 or 4 o'clock. Do it any other time, but not 3 to 4 o'clock.
3 to 4 o'clock, the witching hour. That's
witching
when
hour.
Spirits are strongest.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, so I stay away from that
cool,
room.
man.
I keep selenite all over that room now.
Holy water everywhere. Holy water.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. That's pretty creepy. So I have one. So I have a personal one. During work, this is at one of the famous venues here in the San Francisco. I was working backstage. This is during the Ice Cube performance. Like, this is probably like 2000. I would say 2007, 2008. So I'm working, like, my job for the night was to work Ice Cube's dressing room. So I'm backstage. I'm by myself. Ice Cube's on stage. I'm upstairs watching the show. The door is locked. The door to the dressing room is locked. The door to the side is locked. So it's basically just me by myself upstairs backstage. And so I'm standing there just watching the show, like enjoying this. Ice Cube is fun. And so I feel a hand like grab my shoulder, like not just like a tap, just like a hand. Like you feel like the fingers in the hand like grip my shoulder and put my hand on my shoulder. I turn around, nobody's there. Like there's nobody there. There's nothing like. And I'm a skeptic, like first and foremost. Like I don't believe in shit. But like I felt a fucking hand on my shoulder. I turn around, there's nobody there. So I just like freaked out. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like super creepy. So that's one. I also worked another venue. Let's say it rhymes with the Masonic. It was a Steely Dan show. So I'm doing the overnight. So there's nobody there in the building at all. There's no like the cleaning crew's done. It's just me. I'm by the stage. Nobody else in the building. I've done my rounds. There's no one else left there. My job is to watch the stage. And all I hear, this is probably like 4 o'clock in the morning. I hear a child laughter.
Not cool, bro.
I hear like a kid laughing, like a little, like probably like a young child, like laughing, giggling, like by the stage. Like I'm sitting in front of the stage and I hear just like giggling, like he, like distinguishably like child laughter. It's like, I'm like, oh, so I go look, there's like nothing there. There's nobody in the fucking building, but I can like not unhear a child like laughing in the back.
That sucks, bro. That's the worst. It's child laughter. That's like the fucking thing that's
creepy.
scariest.
So super creepy. Yeah. So yeah, that definitely, like, those are my like personal, like I'm like first and foremost, I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in shit. like give me proof. But those are like the two paranormal events I've ever like experienced like personally. Like so. All right, so Joe, what about you, man? Like, have you ever experienced any like crazy like personal paranormal shit?
So personally, like growing up, I was just in denial just because I didn't want to believe in ghosts, like don't want to fuck with them. Don't if I don't believe in them, they don't exist type thing. There's a lot of things I'm sure that happened that I was just like, oh, no, it's just whatever it is. But there's two that I can think of out of my mind specifically. One was at Disneyland at the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Oh, no way.
So so at the time we went during like a really dead time of year. It was like February or March. Like you could walk onto any ride literally, like no line pretty much. And so it was me and a friend. We had one row, and I sat on one side, and they sat on the completely other side of the row. And there was like a family like at the very front row, and we were in the back. And we went through the whole ride, or went halfway through the ride, and you go to the part where you're going through where the ships are shooting at each other type of thing. I went through there, and I just felt like it literally felt like 4 fingers squeezing the back of my bicep or my tricep, and one point on the front on my bicep. So it felt like someone squeezing my arm, but there was literally no one around me except I was next to the water on that side. So it just felt like someone just grabbed me from the water side and was like trying to not pull me, but just like squeezed my arm.
Not cool,
and it like I gave me no, it was like the shivers part. And you get like the shivers and the goosebumps. And I looked around and you're like, okay, there's a family there, my friend's there, what the fuck? And then you read articles online, and you come to find out that a lot of people like to dump ashes on Disney rides, especially if their loved ones love Disneyland.
Oh, shit.
So Haunted Mansion is a big one. And the fucked up thing is if someone actually does that, they have to stop everything, escort everyone out, and get like a whole biohazard team in there and clean the shit out.
Yeah.
But people love to just secretly dump ashes at Disneyland everywhere. So I wouldn't be completely surprised if if there was something there.
Not just that, Joe, but on Pirates of the Caribbean, a lot of those skulls from early when they put the ride
There's only
in,
one skull left.
There's only one real one left, but originally there was a lot.
There was a lot of cadavers there, bro. Where a lot of bones they donated from like UCLA and USC there. So I can actually see a lot of fucking definitely paranormal activity happening there.
But that's the thing is I had ridden that ride, I don't know, hundreds of times growing up, going to Disneyland. It was like a yearly thing, How many times? That was like our family's favorite ride was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is this the first time? Was that the first time that you were on it with like
that was a
little bit exactamundo, bro?
It was the first time that there was nobody on the ride. It was literally one family and me and my friend in one aisle. Yeah. And so it was like, but there was that time, and the other time was the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh.
So people actually do the tour and everything, and the tour was fine. We had like a nighttime tour, and it was part of I worked at a pizza parlor, and it was part of our like year-end Christmas party thing. The owner paid for all of us to go there, and he like bartered with the tour manager for pizza, like free pizzas to get like the extra tour type thing. So we did the whole normal tour, which I felt nothing. It was just like, oh, cool architecture. That's a funny staircase, Nothing really all that crazy. But then you go out to the carriage house where they kept the cars and they washed them and everything. And then we went in there and they closed the doors so that no other tourists would go in there. And then we stood there for a minute, and it felt warm because they cut off the air from everything. And we were just standing there, and all of a sudden it felt like a rush of cold air, like goosebump style. And then it felt like someone was like massaging the back of my neck all of a sudden. Oh. And I was behind everyone. There was like a group of 10 people, and I was behind everyone. And it just felt like someone was like massaging the back of my neck. And I was just like, nope, not a ghost, not a ghost, not a ghost. Yeah, but it freaked me the fuck out.
Oh my God. Creepy.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I just watched something where it was something recently I watched where another paranormal thing went there, and they felt nothing in the whole house, and they went in the carriage house, and all of a sudden they were just like hearing things and feeling things. All of a sudden I'm like, something's gotta be there, man. Confirmed my energies. Awesome. Yeah, those are my big stories.
Oh man, it's pretty good. Ricardo, what you got?
Oh man, dude, Well, a lot of it has to do with my childhood house that my parents still live at. Yeah, so of when I first moved to the house that my parents live at right now, it took me a while to make friends in that neighborhood. So I didn't start hearing these stories till maybe about 4 months after I've already moved there. And after before that, I already had a thing about going into my garage. Just so you guys know, just to preface the whole thing, that the previous owner ended up committing suicide in our garage. So even to this day, my mom, my dad, my older brother, my younger brother, they have a thing about going into the garage even by themselves. Like nobody likes being in there. Just it's just a weird feeling that you get being in that particular spot. So it just so the whole house. So one I remember, it happened on Christmas Eve. I think I was 14 or 15 years old. Watching, Charlie Brown Christmas happening on no, it wasn't Charlie Brown Christmas. That just finished. It was the Santa Claus stop motion animation by Rankin Bass. Where they had the story of Santa Claus, how he became Santa Claus. So I'm watching that on TV, but I'm like doing other things, like like working in my notebook, just drawing shit and writing, trying to make comic books. But I kind of see somebody, my brother just walk past me, and he goes into the bathroom, and I wait, I hear a flush, and then I just see the door crack open, and another door crack open, and he goes into the kitchen. So as soon as I hear that and the door's open, I yell at him. I'm like, "Hey, get me something to eat, Hey, grab me a burrito." Nothing. I wait 2 or 3 minutes and nothing. I'm like, "Hey, dude, give me a fucking burrito. What the fuck?" I walk over and I go into the kitchen. I go into the kitchen and there's nobody there. It's dark as shit. I'm confused. I walk back into the room and I'm like, "Well, what the fuck just happened?" I walk into the living room. I'm like, "Mom, where's Marcos?" And she's like, "He's sleeping right here." So like that's always tripped me out, and that's always been one of those things that my brother was sitting right there, but I could have fucking swore that and not that I could swear, I know for a fact that I saw something pass right by me, open the bathroom door. There was a flush, and my mom even acknowledged there was a flush. She's even told me, she goes, "I thought you were in the bathroom." So to that point, it's like I've never forgotten that. It's the fact that I know that my brother flushed the toilet, and my mom told me that I flushed it, but I wasn't in there. I could have swore I saw my brother in there. And to this day, everybody in my family does not want to be in that garage at night, because we know for a fact that somebody like off themselves and shit.
Was it like specifically in that bathroom?
No, we don't know exactly what place that they off themselves, but the whole house was theirs, and the person lived there for like 14, 15 years, and lived a solitary life all by themselves. It was a single person home, so he was like kind of like a miser, just all by himself. And from what we heard of like other people, as soon as this happened, I started asking people in the neighborhood what they knew about him, and they were like, "Yeah, he kept to himself. He didn't, fucking. We never seen people visit him," and it just always struck me as fucking weird, man. And I do, but I'm one who does believe in ghosts, and I believe in the afterlife, and I tried to believe in all that shit. But that was like my first proof of something, because it was so unexplained. Then I'm like, if my mom heard it and I heard it, she thinks it was me. I think it was my brother. My brother wasn't there with my mom, but she thinks it was me because I wasn't in there. I don't know what to think. It always left, and it still bothers me to this day. Like I want to fucking do one of those things where I fucking get like a Ghostbusters to go fucking like check out my house. But once you open that door, man, if you fucking see into that world, you're never gonna unsee that world ever again. So it's just like I'm just kind of happy that I kind of like I caught a glimpse of it and I know it's real, but I don't want to see shit. I really don't. As much as I love horror movies, I know what that shit comes with. So I'm all good. I'm all good.
I was I think I was picking something up from a theater that I used to work at here in Southern California. Historically haunted. We've actually done, I think last year they did a Halloween kind haunted of convention. Tour? Well, no, it was just a Halloween convention, and they brought in a medium to do a show where they would talk to spirits and ghosts. So, the Ghostbusters, the mediums, they came to tour the venue ahead of time, and immediately, as soon as they walk in the venue, there's a woman sitting in the balcony upstairs. I was like, no, we gotta go. We're not doing this anymore. There's a woman sitting in the balcony. But I was in the venue by myself picking something up. Middle of the day, I had no idea how to turn the lights on. So I'm walking around with a flashlight, and before I leave, I use the restroom. And as I'm sitting there washing my hands, all of a sudden I hear like a ticking, like a tapping on the window. It's like a tap, 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 tap. And I thought it was a bird. And me being like a real life Disney princess, run over to the window to look at the little bird. And there was no bird there. And, you still hear the tap, tap, tap. And, there's no tree tapping on the window. There's no bird. There's absolutely nothing. And you kind of I start backing out of the bathroom. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not by myself anymore. And I start running through the venue, and then you just kind of like, you hear something fall over, or you subconsciously start to think, oh, I heard something upstairs, or I feel someone standing next to me. So I just, on the phone with the venue manager, like, stay on the phone with me, please, until I get out of this. I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh shit!
Oh, man,
oh, it's so creepy.
Middle of the day.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. But if it's spooky in the middle of the day, it's fucking. That's some real serious shit right there. Mm-hmm. So one of my favorite these were like personal, but one of my favorite like spooky this UFO encounter. This is the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. So if you don't know what the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter, it kind of inspired a lot of things that happened, like a lot of Hollywood shit. This like inspired Critters and like Gremlins and like a lot of like probably like Close Encounters and shit too. So this is August 25th of 1955. This is a little farmhouse in Kentucky, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. So this is where the term "little green men" comes from. So this family. This is like a little farmhouse, and so they get they start getting harassed by these little green creatures, like these little green aliens, and so this is like they have pretty much like they start seeing these creatures like show up around the house, and at first they're not hostile, and so they of course they freak out because they're like creatures they've never seen before, so they have a shootout with these like creatures, like they shoot them, they try to get them away. They go to the police and like tell them about this encounter, like, hey, we just saw these like weird crazy creatures, and the police like think they're fucking crazy hillbillies, and like there's no alcohol involved with this, like the guy that was involved with this, like the homeowner, was like anti-alcohol and shit. So the cops came, they saw like the shell, there was like shotgun shells all over the house. They couldn't find anything, so they kind of like thought, oh, this is like this family's just fucking crazy, whatever. And so the next, after like they got rid of the cops left, and so the aliens kept coming to the house, like fucking with them. So one of the lady, the mother of the house, was like sleeping in her bed, and all she sees is like an alien like popping up in her window, and she like screams, and like her husband comes in, her family member comes in and like starts shooting. Like it's crazy, like this encounter. Like look it up if you ever like get a chance. The Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. And so like a lot of like I said, the little green men, like like you hear like the alien little green men is from this encounter. Like I said, critters and gremlins is like they based on kind of like in this encounter right here. So it's super creepy. Like read the story, it's fucking so insane. Like how they like this family was pretty like for like I think like 2 days. This family was like harassed by these aliens. There's like they've said like oh it was owls or some shit, but the way they describe like the way these creatures like attacked and like oh, these creatures like hanging around the house, these weren't owls, these were like some serious shit. So
So that kind of reminds me. I just saw like a documentary. I was just watching it last night. It was called like something about Skinwalker Ranch. I don't remember the whole title, but it's like supposedly one of the most investigated paranormal sites ever. I forget where it's. I think it's somewhere in Colorado or something.
what's
But
it called?
like it Skinwalker Ranch or something like that.
Walker Ranch. Okay.
Yeah, that was just what the title of the thing was. I don't know if that's the actual place name of the place, but like they would like be working on stuff, like actively working on something, have a chainsaw next to them, turn around, it would disappear, and then they'd come back the next day, and it was maybe not exactly in the same spot, but in the same vicinity of where they had left it, and it happened for several things. Even like they left one day and saw they had like four bulls in a corral or something, or four cattle in a corral. I don't know, bulls or cows, whatever. But somehow they ended up in a small little trailer, but with like a dazed look on their face, like all like looped out kind of thing. But there was only one way into it, and it was a tiny little door that he had like wired locked shut with like, what is that? The big ass wire shit. I forget what it's called right now. But he like wired it, and he's like, no one had opened this thing since then, but yet these four bulls or cows or whatever they are in this little tiny trailer. There's just like there's just constant just shit just going on with them, shit disappearing and coming back the very next day, either in the same spot or with like a foot off or some shit like that. So yeah, but it was like it's still apparently going on to this day. But I don't like I kind of lost interest in it in the documentary, to be honest, because I was doing other things. But like I got a lot of what was really like fucking with them, like how they were kind of fucking with them, like taking shit. And like honestly, if you were really into UFOs, I think that would kind of make sense, because like they see you working on something, like, oh, what the fuck is that thing? Let me borrow it, examine it, let me bring it back. Like
Yeah.
if you're really into aliens and shit, that would kind of make sense,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that if you can find any information on that place, it sounded really fucking interesting. So
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, man. Fuck. You know, like I said, I'm a skeptic, but I love like listening to like these
right.
like, stories and like fucking counters and shit, like real shit. Like so, yeah, definitely there's some shit like you can't explain. Like there's definitely like some crazy shit. So, Harley, do you got anything? Any other stories you want to share with the group?
I do. I have a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, please.
Ooh.
Can I share it?
Yes. Please.
How?
So go to that
I don't know.
share screen at the bottom, and then just select the screen that you have. Go to share screen and go to advanced options.
Share screen.
Or yeah, just at the bottom of the just click share screen.
There
you go. All beyond me. I
nice.
had trouble connecting.
Oh, no way.
The Moon River Brewing Company?
Yes.
I made this. My sister made us all make PowerPoint presentations because it was supposed to be fun. And this is what I did mine on. I thought mine was fun. No one else liked it. But the Moon River Brewing Company. So it was built in it was built in 1821 by Laser Early, formerly known as the City Hotel. It was the first hotel / first branch of USPO in Savannah, Georgia. In 1851, Peter Wiltberger bought the hotel. He attempted to attract more business to the hotel by putting 2 lines on display. It has nothing to do with the story, but it's just really fun fact. FF.
Fun fact.
Fun fact, FF. In 1864, the hotel closed just before Civil War. Over the next 100 years, the building was used as a lumber store and charcoal store. And in 1960, the building was renovated as an office supply store. 1979, Hurricane David forced the business to close when the roof blew off. And then the building sat empty for nearly 20 years. But in 1995, it was renovated to the pub that it currently is today, which is when the ghost stories started. ... Police officer saw a Union soldier from the waist up just staring at him while inside the building. During construction, tools went missing, ladders went missing, workers were pushed off ladders. Employees have seen little girls walking around just from across the building, like in an opposite room. They just see little girls running around. The pool balls on the table often move on their own or just go missing altogether while someone's playing. They'll like turn around, take a drink, turn back, and their game is gone, been moved. There's been reports of women who are sitting at the bar, just sitting at the bar, casually enjoying themselves, and then they'll get scratched, like violently scratched while sitting at the bar. Reports of someone grabbing people's heads, necks, face, shoulders. Same thing, someone sitting at the bar and their thigh was squeezed tightly. Glowing white apparitions have been seen on the upper floors. People have been slapped so hard that a handprint will appear on their face the next day. Like they'll have a handprint bruise.
Oh shit.
People have also experienced, hearing whispers, sudden chills, hearing doors slamming, random mist. A woman they'd be looking at a woman who's dressed in, I believe, colonial clothes and then just disappear while you're staring at her mid-conversation, and so much more.
Oh, Jesus.
This gets good, guys.
That's fucking creepy.
So here we have the electronic voice phenomena, the EVP. There's sounds, oh no, my headphones. Sounds found on electronic recording that are interpreted as spirits' voices that have been either unintentionally recorded or intentionally requested and then recorded. So while in this building, there was an investigator who heard someone saying, David, help me. And he's having this conversation with her. And she's like, Holly is here. It's like, yes, go talk to Holly. It's like, Holly? Yes, go talk to Holly. And he says, I came to visit you. She says, thank you. Like, how many people have died here? He means in the basement. And she replies, 78. How many of them were children? 75 were children. She says, yes. So then he goes on to another room and asks, why does this room feel very sad? And the ghost responds, lots of children died here. Help us, David. Why do you want to talk to me? David asks, would you talk to me? And the ghost goes, David, we've been talking for a while. So he asks her, what happened? She tells him, I died. And he feels like someone touched his shoulder. He asked her, like, oh, did you touch me? And that was, I don't know if that was like her warning him or if it was, because she goes on to say, the ghost will harm you. And then he asks, is the little girl here? And she says, we're here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
that one that says, we are, man. It's like, it's the little girl here. We are. Holy fuck, man.
So down here, I have some links. It's pretty spooky.
Oh,
these are actual EVP recordings from the brewery. So the first one, if it'll let us, can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna give me Ghost Adventure vibes right now.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta learn how to do this shit right now. I'm like, she's
Right?
fucking rocking it right
This is
here,
way
dude.
more
I'm like,
advanced.
look at me. I'm like, are you gonna play that right now? I'm like, listen.
I couldn't even connect earlier, and she knows how to do PowerPoints and shit.
I'm taking over. It's my show now. All right. So this is the first recording that we have.
Ooh.
So you can hear, oh, what's that? So you can hear in the very beginning, they say, take off or take that off. It's a little loud. Did you hear it?
I didn't hear
Play it again.
I didn't hear it. I think it's because it's either playing just your mic. It's not playing the computer sound. That's what I think is happening. That's what I think is happening.
Yeah, you can play audio.
How do I do that?
I have no idea.
Presentation. Give me the Zoom. Well, that was it. That's the end of the show, guys. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
I don't even know how to stop sharing.
Oh, you just
Go
click
at
that
the
little
top.
stop sharing kind of on the side where it's all highlighted.
Share screen. No, you can't hear the audio. That's like the whole best part.
Oh yeah, anything audio is
So it only plays through your speakers?
are these
It's playing to me.
are these three things like the audio for those three bullet points that you have right there?
No, they're different audios.
Oh no way! Holy fuck!
They're different audios, but they are from that
the Moon River Brewery.
Yeah, they're from the brewery. And they get better as we go.
Put the link in the chat right there.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I could share it.
Let me open these.
Oh man, I got more shit now. Now that she's talking about
scared.
all of this stuff, I got more.
Where the frick is here? Can I just add it to the comment section?
Yeah, add it to the chat in the Zoom.
Here. I just added it to the YouTube because I have no idea how to get to the chat.
All right, jump out of this. Stop. Go back to the
Zoom.
Wait, that says /mommy he's scared.
Oh, hi. I see you.
There you go. All right, let's see. All right, where'd you put
that one?
Where'd you put the link?
I sent it to the Zoom
top
chat.
and then disappeared.
Okay, let me see.
On the Zoom chat.
I don't know how to use Zoom. I'm so behind. You guys are so much more advanced than me. I am just a dog after all.
He's not a real person. All right, let's see.
There you go. So those are the three.
All right, let me see.
Are you getting a dance vibe from this thing sometimes too? I heard.
Yeah, it starts playing music after.
Yeah.
So it plays the EVP and then it goes into their SoundCloud
like
mix.
Yeah, it was like a dance cloud mix. I was like, what the fuck?
So wait, are they DJs or paranormal investigators or both?
Both.
Do they just like start off with the EVPs just to hook you into their beats or some shit? Like,
oh wow, you definitely hear something.
Yeah, especially the mommy he scares me and the
Mommy he
entirely
scares me.
crazy.
Hold on. Let me hear this.
The entirely crazy you hear clear as day.
Oh, that's creepy. I just heard that shit. Oh, I can hear mommy. Why is it going to the same dance music?
I'll wait till daylight. I don't need this right now.
Oh, I'm reveling in this shit. Here we go. I'm like,
no.
Oh, but they're here. Let me.
Just playing right now.
But other than that, there's some photos from the Moon River Whiskey Brewing Company. This is just to give you some context. In the photo right here, that white dot is supposed to be an apparition that was captured. And then this is, if you want to look more into it, these are the sources that have already covered it. I personally heard from it from the And That's Why We Drink podcast. It's their 141st episode, if you want to check it out.
I've heard that. It sounds like I've heard it was really good.
Yeah, I really, really recommend their podcast. They cover both paranormal and true crime. So if you're into either of those, it's really good. And they're also just really funny.
Is one of them named the host named Christine or some shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she has another
Christine.
podcast called Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet, where they basically just read really shitty Yelp reviews like on certain subjects. And to be honest, it is hilarious to hear what people really bitch about on Yelp. So that's just another shout out. If you're really into like bad Yelp review shit, check that out, because they do like every week is a different, like they pick a city and a subject. So like cemeteries in New Orleans, or you know what I mean, malls in New Jersey. So they always have like a theme for each week that they have to go off and find Yelp reviews off of that. It's pretty funny.
Christine is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that is my presentation on the
good job, Harley. Good job.
Whiskey. Did you guys get to hear? Did everyone at home get to hear the creepiness?
I heard on the thing. It wasn't like playing right, but yeah. People look it up if you want to be fucking super creeped out. Go right ahead.
I left a link to one of the. Let me see if I can snag these from here and I'll put it in the YouTube chat for everyone at home.
There you go.
Those are the 3 links. They're on the
Super
YouTube
creepy.
chat.
Yeah, super
Check
creepy.
them out. It's gets your blood going.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Alex, Prince of Darkness, The Fog, Near Dark, good Halloween suggestions. At Lori, Near Dark always. Near Dark's kind of overrated, but all right. Let's see.
Don't you say that.
Victoria, there's a new episode on Unsolved Mysteries about that. I guess one of the things you were talking about. There's a Lori, Fire in the Sky. That's a good fucking creepy.
It's a great movie, but you got to hear Travis Walton's actual accounts more than the movie. Yeah. Travis Walton's actual accounts are a lot more fucking terrifying than the movie showed.
Let's see. Davis, I've been there. You're talking about the brewery and over there.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Great beer. Didn't see any ghosts, just drunk people. Savannah is known to be super haunted all over though. Yeah.
It's the South, man.
Yeah, Georgia's definitely,
Yeah,
Mhm.
all old America is fucking definitely haunted, fucking like colonial America and all that shit.
I think
Damn,
Savannah
colonials.
is one of the most haunted places in America, isn't it?
Which one?
Savannah, Georgia is like one
Oh,
of
this
the,
just a
if
state
not the
itself.
I could imagine. Yeah.
It's just a state itself,
most
definitely.
haunted.
A lot of sorrow there. But
All right, awesome. All right. So anybody got any last haunting stories? Go ahead, Rick.
Two more. So,
Yeah.
okay, so one of them is actually here. If anybody knows the Moss Beach Distillery, once the restaurant opens up again, it's on Highway 1 on your way out to Santa Cruz if you're traveling south on 1 on San Francisco, from San Francisco to Santa Cruz. Apparently, the ladies' bathroom there is haunted. I've known a couple of people that I've been to with that brew and at that distillery that when I've eaten there as at the restaurant that have heard things. They just said they've always felt uneasy, never had anything other than they just said they felt uneasy. They never said they witnessed or heard anything, but that's that. And then there's also a guy on YouTube named Mr. Ballin. I've been listening to him for quite a while with a lot of scary stories. And the one story that always gets me is about a family in Canada that has a farm. They witness things that kind of look like werewolves, like surrounding their house, and they descend upon the house. The people barricade themselves inside the house. It's one of these houses, like a country house, where the second floor has that awning that covers that first floor, so the animals were able to jump up onto the second floor and were scratching at their windows. The family was terrified. Nothing ever happened of it, but definitely if you want to check out, his name is Mr. Ballin, Mrballen. He has a lot of these scary stories that, just like the same shit that we're talking about right now. But it's his whole YouTube channel is like devoted to that. So if anybody loves scary stories, definitely check out Mr. Ballin.
Ballin.
it wasn't werewolves, by the way. I just had a really crazy night out. I just happened to be out there.
Oh, wolves of London. Awesome. That super creepy. I love it. Awesome. All right. So like the video if you're watching right now. If you haven't liked, give a thumbs up, please. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So let's quickly go through some pull lists. Pull list is pretty much stuff you picked up, stuff you want to talk about, stuff you watched, listened to, picked up, bought, whatever, good or bad. Something you want to talk about. So Harley, what's on your pull list for this week?
Oh, stuff that I want to talk about and recommend?
Of course, the answer is Lucifer. Come on.
Lucifer, now streaming on Netflix, season 5, part A. Part B is supposed to come out next year. That's pretty much it with the whole comic book universe. It's definitely DC's Lucifer. I've also started re-binging Criminal Minds, Chicago Fire, all good things.
There you go.
started reading the Harry Potter novels, so I'll
What
come
book
back.
are you on?
I'm on
Book 1?
No, I'm on book 2.
Nice. Well, yeah,
I'm
no,
on
you're.
book 1. I'm on book 2. So I've started reading those. Yeah, and I can't wait for Universal Studios to reopen so I can actually visit
butterbeer, man.
Diagon Alley.
Butterbeer. It's the best.
I made butterbeer. I was gonna have butterbeer for the show, but Harley drinks margaritas, so I went with the margarita.
Oh, it figures.
We'll do Ray. We're gonna do a Harry Potter episode, and I'm gonna teach everyone how to make butterbeer.
All right, we need Sarah. We need Sarah North on that one. Yeah, she's our Harry.
Oh, for sure.
She's
I'll
our
dress
Harry.
as Voldemort for that one.
Oh,
I'll
I'm the
dress as
Harry Potter
Dobby.
guy.
All right, calm down. All right, awesome. Joe, what's on your pull list for this week?
To be honest, I have been watching nothing new or anything recently. I have just kind of been distracted with other things. So I've just kind of been in a rut, just watching comfort things over and over again. Like I said, Master Chef. If you like cooking shows, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Master Chef is great.
I mean, yeah,
What
I mean,
season?
I like that. I think I'm on season 9 right now. I think I have one more season before it cuts off on Hulu. But I'm sorry, I like cooking shows. So if you're really into that, check that out. If not, then oh well. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been watching really anything new, anything spectacular. Just I think the last new thing I watched, well, for new for me, was like X-Men Apocalypse. Like I finally got around to watching that.
Woof. Woof.
And okay, so
Woof.
I get why people will talk shit on it, but at the same time, it was an enjoyable experience.
It had good parts,
Yeah.
but they fucked up. To me, the only
There
thing
was
they
a-
really
yeah.
fucked up was the way Apocalypse looked, man.
I like
That
the young
was a
X-Men.
big thing for me.
I like the
the
young
big-
X-Men. The young X-Men story was cool. I like all the characters that they played. The young. I wish they had just focused on them. Like the Apocalypse shit was just.
It's Apocalypse. We've been waiting this shit since we were watching the '90s cartoon, and they.
But it's just kind of hard to believe, like when the Professor X and Magneto aren't aging, yet it's been 20 years since what was it, First Class or whatever. And he just shaved his head. That made
He's
him
bald.
look that much. Big freaking deal. He still looks like James McAvoy. Like at least give him something.
He got no wrinkles.
Right.
No furrowed brow or anything.
He went from 20 to 40 and still looking the exact same. Like,
Oh, if we were only
something.
so lucky, man. If we were only so lucky.
Not Wolverine. He can't get away with that. And by the way, I have a problem. I have a problem with Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, but that's just my personal thing.
No, we're with you.
Hugh
I'm on your bandwagon.
I've had issues with Wolverine, Hugh Jackman Wolverine for a while. I did like him in like the last couple of films, but yeah, I definitely like.
He plays the character well. He's just too fucking tall.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's part of the charm of Wolverine. He's like a little runt, like a little
Right.
5'3" fucking runt. He's the underdog, but now you have him as
He's an
like
ankle
a tall ass.
biter. Like,
Yeah,
Sabretooth calls him Runt for a reason.
Yeah,
Come
he's a
on.
fucking runt.
He's like fucking 6'4".
So my pull like Joe, yeah, I haven't really watched, like all my shows ended, so I've been like in limbo for shows. I haven't really been watching anything like new. But I did pick up this amazing figure this week. Creep Show.
Great show. Great show. If you haven't watched it.
I have it on Blu-ray. Got to watch it, the TV show, but the movies are amazing. This figure, I saw this figure in the store, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like I'm not gonna do an unboxing because this figure is like so great on the box. So
yeah, it looks perfect in there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna open it up. I'm gonna keep it in the box, but just great fucking figure, like cloth fucking goods. You look at it. Yeah, it's a fucking great figure. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so that's my pull list for this week. Just amazing Creep Show figure. Is Hannah part of your pull list right there? Oh, look at
Hannah
her.
is part of my pull list.
Oh, she's the hidden gem.
She crawled out from under the bed.
Oh,
Says hello.
hi Hannah. Oh, she was so cute. Rick, what do you got
My
for your
3
pull
little
list?
legs.
So my pull list this week is fuck, what was I watching? Oh, you know what? Actually, for a lot of fans who are PlayStation Network people who have the PSN Plus, definitely download Need for Speed. Need for Speed's a great racing game. I'm like I've been pretty like burnt out on like a lot of genres, but racing is like one thing that's never burns me out. There's just something about fucking just going as fast as you can in a sick ass fucking car that just like I don't know, it calls to the fucking little kid in me who used to play with Hot Wheels. So
leading the way.
yeah, exactly. You just sometimes you just have a need for speed. And
well, for a while, like racing games were like the thing, and you had like a shit ton of them. And now all of a sudden, like now you have all it is RPGs now.
RPGs and
fighting
shooters.
Games.
And shooters.
Shooters fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like all, three things. There's nothing like we don't like okay, when I was a kid, this is the funny thing. So I had one of the NASCAR games on like a PlayStation.
NASCAR's great.
It was PlayStation, but my dad bought it so that he could play it because he thought he could kick my ass on it.
And you kicked his ass.
No, so he bought the whole steering wheel and pedal set and everything. And I kicked his ass with just the controller. And he legit just like walked down the hall. And I asked him, what happened? He's like, if I didn't do that, I was gonna throw the whole fucking console in the street.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry, Dad.
That's when Joe became the man of the house.
Head of the table, tribal chief.
I still don't live in the same houses. I don't live in the same house as him, but he's still the man of the house. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday. You could be on his deathbed, and I could say, "How does it feel, old man?" And he'd grab me by the throat, and be like, "You're gonna fucking die with me now." Like, my dad would bring me to the grave with him if I talk shit.
It's like it's the NASCAR hate, bro.
Maybe that's where it stems from.
It's the NASCAR hate. Holy shit! Racing games are always fun, dude. The one thing I love about racing games, it's just like a sports game. Yeah, you have your chance to fucking like go back and forth. A racing game, you have one track or so many laps. It's just me versus you, and sometimes there's those racers that they're gonna want to slam into you to fucking like try to knock you off of your game.
That's my dad.
Yeah, right. But if you're racing and you're just racing the track, it's like how you what do they say? It's like you don't play chess. You don't play the person, you play the board.
Right.
So I think racing is the same thing. You don't play the people, you race the track. So if anybody's likes Need for Speed Payback is for free for PlayStation Plus users right now. PlayStation Plus users are all usually people who subscribe to the PlayStation Network. So definitely pick that up. It's a good time out. It's fun. And
they're not paying us, Rick. So
no, I'm also organizing a game of Among Us. It's this game that's pretty fun from what I've been seeing.
You're definitely sus for sure.
Huh? Yeah, I'm super suspect. I'm gonna be the first killer, and I'm not the killer. So so definitely check out if you have Among Us. It's a game that they have on Steam or other downloadable platforms for $4.99. Yeah. It is cross-platform.
You can download it
on your phone.
I downloaded it on my phone for free.
Yeah, so you can also download on your phone. It's a cross-platform game. I'm not sure if cross-platforming goes to iPhones and everything as well. But for anybody who wants to play this game, I'm gonna try to organize a game for this Thursday, hopefully at about like maybe 7 or 8 o'clock. And we're gonna stream it on the SF Comic Book Company. Ray's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. We're gonna have a couple of other members who are gonna be playing with us. So definitely, if you guys are interested, definitely check this out. Among Us is a fun game. I've seen it streamed by so many players, so many wrestlers. It's fucking fun. It just seems like it's a good. It ends friendships. That's what it does. It ends friendships.
Just so like the show. I won't be there, but you guys have fun.
Okay.
I'm good at that myself. I don't need a game to end friendship.
Just share my political views. That's it. There you go.
Or just any view in general.
Exactly.
I fucking hate that. You suck.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. All right, so last little chat here. Lori, a new Unsolved Mysteries, has an episode about all the people in tsunami in Japan that died coming back and not knowing what they died of. It's creepy and very sad.
Oh, I want to see that. That's fucked up.
Well, they said that this new season was going to deal with like a episode on ghosts, so it's cool. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. Krista, so much fun. Stay well, everyone. Awesome. All right, so this was a pretty awesome fucking show. This was a good time. Victoria, you want to give any shout outs? Anything, final words for us? I really appreciate you dressing up and putting all the effort.
Thank you. Comment down
you're-
below if you want Ray to have me back on the show. Hannah's leaving.
Hannah's over it. She's
Hannah, any last words? Hannah, what do you say? You say hi?
Oh, hey, it's a good. See, she wants to come back on the show.
You say hi. Say hi.
Awesome.
I
So
mean, no one wants me on the show. They just want Hannah. What do you say? What do you say?
all the likes, Hannah. All the likes.
I know.
Way to go.
So cute.
Come on, Joe. You don't have anything to say. You're like dressed in the Wolverine costume. I'm like expecting half a conversation between you and the dog.
I don't know what the fuck the dog said.
Victoria, awesome job. Great job. See, you were so worried about coming on the show. Look at you. You did great.
No, thank you. I think I made up for it with the PowerPoint presentation.
There you go. Yeah.
Dude, you were on point with that. That was awesome.
She was on PowerPoint with that one.
That was on PowerPoint.
Oh, see what you did there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have another PowerPoint for the next show.
There you go.
Please don't, because like you're gonna make us all look bad. After
Now I gotta download PowerPoint.
Download PowerPoint, relearn all the effects, the slide effects, and everything. I'm not gonna lie, that was my shit in middle school with the
I'm
slide
making a
effects.
bar graph.
It's like, yeah, if I gotta do a PowerPoint, I'm gonna do some special effects and all this other shit.
I gotta figure out how to do the audio so you guys can hear it.
Oh man, that'd be dope.
Next time, Gadget. All right, Joe, any final words for us?
No, not really. Sorry.
appreciate you sweating it out.
No, yeah, by the way, yeah, this has been like, I'm like, oh god,
this is. You lost like 8 pounds right there, like the water weight, dude.
I finally just turned my AC off, so it's finally comfortable in my room. But yeah, I was looking at myself in the little thing there, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm turning red like hella quick. But everyone, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I'm flush.
Okay, my headphone died. One of my headphones died. Everyone, stay safe. Go out and vote. Don't care who the fuck you vote for. Just vote, because if you don't voice your opinion, you don't have a fucking voice to complain with. So there you go.
Yeah, that's the only reason I vote, so I can complain.
Yeah, I go the George Carlin route sometimes. I'm like, yeah, it's your fault.
Rick, final words, final shout outs.
Final shout out definitely to the crew at Gold Dirty Bastards. Want to fucking still promote their show. I'm gonna try to help promote those guys as much as I can. Those guys are awesome. You were on the show this week.
Yeah, I think that episode should be dropping tonight, I think.
Yeah, I can't wait to listen to it tomorrow. That's going to be when I'm like trying to work somewhere in a warehouse where I can just fucking give them my undivided attention, because those guys know their sports. So definitely check those guys out. But on the flip side, everybody, please wear your mask. Be good to each other. Get out there and vote. Voice your opinion. Like Joe said, I don't care what side you vote for, but just have a voice in the battle this time.
I think last year the difference was 80,000 votes.
Yeah,
so 80,000 votes that could have changed it, but there was 92 million people who were eligible to vote but did not.
We need to that number needs to fucking just kind of like shrink, because a lot
needs to shrink.
As Americans, guys, there's been a lot of people over the years. I don't want to get too political or too crazy when it comes to or too American. but look, there's been a lot of people who have died for your freedoms to live in this country. This country, I do believe it is the greatest country and still can be. We have fallen off, but we can jump back up and be what we need to be. Because the idea of America is a good idea. And just get out there and vote, please. Just please make that idea mean something again, please.
What are you saying? Make America great again?
No, because America was never great to begin with. But let's make America. That's what I want to do. Let's make America, because the thing is the ideals that it held, the ideals that it should be, we held aloft in our heads. We should try to reach those ideals and not let anybody result us, because we used to be the the anti-bully in the yard. Now we're just a bully, and we don't want to be that.
Bully for you. Preach on, Ricky. Preach on.
Sorry. I don't want to do
Preach,
that because
preach,
I don't
brother.
like the show to be political. But yeah.
Yeah. Way to ruin that.
Sorry.
Weird time.
We can't avoid it. We can't
Go
avoid
vote.
it now.
I didn't vote for 39 years of my life, and I jumped into the game because things are fucking so fucked up. So even I had to get in there. So yeah, vote. If you haven't voted already, you have your ballot. You have to actually get it into a ballot. You don't mail it in at this point. You actually have to go out and put it in a ballot box at this point. So yeah, vote. And even though you're in California, you kind of know what California is voting for. Like, still go out there and vote. Still have your votes heard. So yeah, thanks to everyone. Thanks to Ricky for his multiple costume changes. Thanks for Joe. Always a pleasure having you on the show. And Victoria, first appearance, going up in value. Awesome job.
First appearance, episode 49.
Well, first appearance.
I'm gonna have to start keeping track of all that shit.
The Big 50 show is next week. We're probably going to do it on the 6th, the Friday the 6th. Yeah, Friday the 6th, Friday night. We're going to do a big, Royal Rumble. We're going to have a bunch of folks come jump in. And,
everybody needs to show up. Every contributor, I think, who's ever been part of this needs to show up. It's a party, guys. We're going to get
if there's a Royal Rumble, I want in because I
want number
29. I want to be 29. I want to throw your ass out as soon as you come in.
I want the Rey Mysterio spot.
He's going Braun Strowman on us and shit.
I even got a luchador mask I can wear.
There you go. Awesome.
Are we going to wear luchador masks?
You do whatever the fuck you want, Rick. We're Big 50 show. We're still working on what we're going to do, but yeah, we're definitely going to have some fun surprises for that show. So it's probably going to be we're not going to have it on the 3rd because either we're going to be celebrating or super depressed on that.
We're going to go we're going to go crazy either way.
Yeah. So we're going to save it for the Friday. We're going to do a big 50th show special. We'll see. It's just going to be kind of a party. We're just going to get drunk and have fun and just fucking shoot the shit for a couple hours and see what happens. That's going to check out our 50th next week on the 6th, November 6th. Thanks everyone that's watching. Thanks for the people that jumped in the chat, like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, check me out on the Gold Dirty Bastards podcast. That's probably dropping any minute now, if not already. You can hear me ramble on about some shit. So check those guys out. And tune in and look for some more cool shit from us. And happy Halloween. Be safe out there. If you do go out and happen to go out there, be safe. Don't fucking don't fuck this up for everyone else. And be safe and be cool. Wash your ass and wash your hands. So all right, folks.